People, welcome on in to the new Nontendo Live Episode 1. It's a sunny day out here in Brooklyn. 90 degrees.
Are you doing the forecast now? Is that the goal?
I feel like I'm at a desk. I feel like I got to do the news, I got to do the traffic report, I got to do the weather. I am in the new studio, the new location.
I wasn't aware it was a new location.
The show's had a bit of a revamp, a bit of a change. We've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm very excited. I gotta stop looking down. We're very excited. I'm very excited. I'm not alone. We still have E. We still have Max.
I'm fixing the shot. 1 second. There it is.
He's fixing the shot.
That's Kim.
Hello. You gave away the Kim.
It's okay. It's fine. We know she's here.
Why is Kim shot? Why is she so off to the side? Cut back to Kim for a second. There she is. You shuffled over and it didn't change anything.
I made it worse. Okay.
We have a big day ahead of us because we have the Nontendo Direct that just happened. The incredible Nintendo Direct. A lot of people are calling it the best. Am I calling it Nontendo Direct?
I think
I said
just
Nontendo Direct.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
I actually do that a lot now. When I try to say Nintendo, I say Nontendo. Like I'll look up Metroid Prime Nintendo trailer and I'll type in Nontendo trailer.
I do that too. And now my phone starts to do it for me.
To autocorrect to Nintendo.
Yeah,
it's actually a little annoying.
Yeah, it's a little bit. But it's our fault, so whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, it is our fault. So we're going to go through all of that. We're going to deep dive into it. I mean, I reacted to it live, but I've had some time to actually think about it. And there are some things that I want to get your guys' opinions on, especially Kim, because there was some farming type things and cozy type things.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the direct was over, I ran, when I was done uploading everything, I ran upstairs and I showed Kim all my favorite clips. I was like, we got to watch the Zelda one. We got to watch the Metroid one.
I was very, very, very happy and impressed. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, we have a real direct happening. This is great.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was great.
And I want to talk about, as well, the expectations for that direct. And, like, we kind of went into it not expecting anything. And it kind of blew us away. I want to talk about why.
Absolutely. Agreed.
So we have a lot. Chat, how you doing? I got to bring up chat, actually.
I'm going to preemptively, I want to fix Kim's shot, so I'm going to walk on camera for a second. Just adjust
Preemptively fix it. Do it. Go for it. You know, well, wait, Kim's shot? Why'd you get... Oh, because it's behind me. Popping out chat. Sorry for the dead air. Actually, while you're fixing that shot, we should have cut to the sponsor. Yeah.
What is the sound?
No one saw anything.
I was playing an ad too. I was playing a different ad.
All right, we can get
Wait, and now a word from our sponsor. This episode of the Nontendo Podcast is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, where you can learn literally anything. There's topics covering illustration, graphic design, photography, music, marketing, productivity, and so much more. One of the best parts is it's designed by creative people for creative people. In the past, I've talked extensively about Jordy's classes on all of the Adobe suite of products, like After Effects and Photoshop and Premiere. Honestly, how I learned so many of my early skills as a content creator editing was through his courses on Skillshare. Actually, in that vein, a course I'd recommend is Maggie's course on content creation, everything from beginner to advanced and how to get started as a content creator. I always have people ask me, hey, how do I do this? And I don't know. I don't teach it on Skillshare, but Maggie does, and that's a great place to start. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, and Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or even side hustles to the next level. I find the process of learning on Skillshare to be really easy and adaptable too. I mean, it's literally videos broken down into categories. It's just structured so well from people who really know what they're talking about, and I guess probably maybe even wish they had a course like this when they were learning, and that's why they're here doing it for us. So the first 500 people to use my specific link on this video down below in the description, and if you're listening to the audio, you're just gonna have to come over to the video and find the link, but it's only for 500. The first 500 will get 1 month of Skillshare completely free. 30 days of learning So how about you click that link down below? They're going to go pretty quick. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this episode. Now let's get back to the studio and have some fun.
I got a lot of questions to ask you.
Okay, I'm ready.
To start, I want to know, what did you think of the Direct when you watched it at Nintendo New York City?
When? The other day?
Yeah,
I wasn't at the store.
Really?
No.
Yeah, we were.
I have
we were
video
working.
proof that says otherwise.
Oh, God.
I was at Amazon working.
Yeah,
I have
can
video
vouch
proof
for
that
it.
says otherwise.
Uh-oh.
Cut to my laptop.
Okay. Aw, come on, dude. That's bullshit.
That does look
not
like
me. I don't have that
You know
shirt.
what? I take it back. I can't vouch for him.
I'm pretty sure E was there.
I think he
not
was.
there. Oh, that's terrible.
He could have ran. He could have ran by.
I was
This was the Nintendo New York store's reaction to Metroid, by the way. They were... You could tell they were also kind of confused what they were looking at for a minute.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was Metroid Prime 2.
Thank you!
Yeah, I really did. I was like, oh, this, and then I blinked, and then I saw the logo. I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
I had to watch it again like 3 times.
Thank you. Because, yeah, I thought the exact same thing. I want to talk about that, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the
very,
reaction.
Yeah, I was very convinced it was Metroid Prime 2 in the beginning.
Yeah, and you know why? And why you thought that and why I thought that? I'm guessing why you thought that. Because we had the Metroid Prime 1 remaster,
Yeah, exactly.
which looked incredible,
Yeah.
and it was made in the same engine as the new game. Because what was happening, from what I remember, they were making Metroid Prime 4. While they were making it, they realized, hey, we could just remake the first game in this engine.
Yeah.
So they did that a year or so ago, threw that out. And then we haven't heard about Metroid Prime 4 in so long, kind of assumed Metroid Prime 2 would probably get a remaster while we were waiting to hear something. So I was watching that as well, and I was flipping back and forth between, is this 2, is this 4? The thing is, I didn't recognize it.
Same,
So
yeah.
I'm like, I don't think this is 2, but I don't really remember 2 enough to be able to say this isn't 2. But we didn't recognize it because it's new.
Yeah, and but when I saw it, it sucks because I was really like, oh, this looks different. It looked like an HD remake, and I don't want to say that as a new game.
Yes.
But I was like not.
And
happy
that's
with
another thing. I was like,
I'm so
oh,
sorry.
it's my trailer
it.
playing.
I was like, what's happening?
That's another thing. I was like, it doesn't. I mean, I know it's Switch, but it's hard to tell if it's a HD remake or if it's a new game because it's Switch and it's only going to look so good.
Yeah.
And even a game at its best kind of looks like a HD remake at this point.
Well, I mean, do you think that it's because this 2025? We know the new
Yeah.
console is going to come out next year, also. Like,
Yeah.
do you think it's going to come out for both? Like, they're going to pull Breath of the Wild, and they're,
I don't know. There's been a lot of we talked about that a lot.
yeah.
I had a theory. I was talking on my stream. I was like, they could release it like earlier before the Switch 2 comes out, and then when the Switch 2 comes out, there's an option to like, you play it on Switch 2, you'll get a graphical enhancement. Maybe they charge you for that. Maybe it's free. Maybe it's like a little like extra reason to buy the Switch. I don't think it's a launch game because I don't think it's a system seller.
I said this. What would you think if they actually made it the launch title with the Switch 2? Which would, I mean, it
No.
would be cool as a way to like give Metroid props, but I also think it'd be a bad idea.
I don't think in their mind they're like, it would be cool to do Metroid a favor and release it with a Switch 2 console. Like they want the Switch 2 console to explode. They want to somehow do better than the Switch 1, which is already a Herculean task because the Switch 1 sold very well. It released with Breath of the Wild. They got to beat that somehow. Otherwise, it looks bad. It looks bad to shareholders. It looks bad. Like it almost looks like they fell off. Like public perception for what it is.
Yeah.
So they definitely don't want to like do a favor for anybody and like take a hit. They are gonna want to, I think, release with Mario Kart 10. Could it, or 9 or whatever it is? I don't know. I think they should just call it X, or like Twitter.
I mean, okay, so the Metroid's coming out 2025. So do you think that means switch to before or after?
So I think what makes the most sense. I think there's 3 options, and I was going through them, but I think 2 make the most sense. 1, it releases earlier. Then there's an upgrade if you get it on Switch 2 when Switch 2 comes out. 2, it releases same day as Switch 2, but there's Mario Kart 10 or something and Metroid. which seems a bit extreme. We usually only get one thing. So what might happen is the Switch might come out mid-year next year with whatever game it comes out with, and then Metroid is like an October sort of October release.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's backwards compat. It's on Switch and it's on Switch too.
I mean, Dread did really well, right? So, I mean, I think it could be a system seller.
Dread did not do that well.
I also think
In
they're
terms
going
of
to do a
sales.
console.
Dread
for
did
it.
well for a Metroid game. It only sold 3 million copies.
I see.
And it struggled to pass 3 million. What did you say, Kim?
I think they're going to do like a special Switch for it.
for
If-
Metroid?
Yeah,
don't-
if they
I don't
release
know.
it later, I feel like
I don't know if they will because they won't. I don't think they'll do a special edition Switch with the launch of a new Switch. I think that's too much. That's too many
I
things.
don't mean at the same time. You're saying that if the theory is right for when it comes out later.
I think even
Maybe.
later is pushing it because they take a long time to do special editions. They usually don't do a
Maybe
special
just
edition the same
controllers
year
or
the console
something?
comes out.
I don't know.
Maybe a controller.
Yeah.
I could see a controller.
Yeah. I mean, when Breath of the Wild came out, they did have that special edition, but it wasn't a special edition Switch, which is a lot of extra stuff. So if they come
Special
out with,
edition game.
well, yeah, well,
That's
They
different.
had the collector's edition.
They'll definitely do a collector's edition for Metroid.
Yeah, which I will absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
But special edition Switch, I don't think so.
it would be cool, but yeah, it's
Because
highly unlikely.
because again, they don't even know how this is going to sell. And the best selling Metroid of all time, I think, was Dread at 3 million. So if
That's
you're
not
if you're
fucking
it's
crazy.
not much. It's the
Yeah.
same as like the Xenoblade series, which
Yeah.
is, good for like a solo game, but for a core Nintendo IP, I mean,
it's not good.
Animal Crossing sold like what 45 million. Breath of the Wild sold 35 million.
Yeah,
Mario sells what Mario sells.
yeah, I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not a system seller. So you make a special. You think the pool of people that would spend $60 or $70 on a Metroid game is 3 million at most. The pool of people that would get a special edition console for $400 or $500 or whatever it is, maybe $300 or
It won't
$400.
be worth it for them to make.
Yeah,
it.
you're looking at maybe like 50,000 people. I think 100,000 people maybe.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
most.
But what? Okay, like Breath of the Wild came out as the Switch seller, right?
Yeah.
So, don't you think that if we were gonna get a multi-console release for a game kind of like that we would know about it by now? I feel like Metroid's the
No,
only
because
one
they've been
that's like within the time frame. You know
We
what I
wouldn't
mean?
know about anything multi-console right now because they haven't even talked about. All they've said is a console is coming next year. Other than that, nothing. So they're not going to give us any more information about that
until next year.
until next year.
Have they like 100% confirmed it's next year console?
Yes.
Yeah, it says
Well,
2025. Oh, for the new Switch.
For the new Switch,
I
they
mean, I
said-
don't think they've said.
Well, they
given
did.
us time
I'm pretty
frame.
sure they did. Didn't the tweet say it's coming
the
next
tweet
year?
said
That it
we
wasn't
will
gonna
announce it
say.
by the end of the fiscal year,
True.
which is
Yeah, that
March.
is what it
Yeah,
said.
so there's no like actual date.
But they won't announce it a year out.
No.
They
I
usually
think
they announce the Switch like 3 or 4 months out.
I think they're going to tease it by the end of the year, and then have a full direct on the new console by the end of the fiscal year, and then I think it'll launch holiday 2025.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 62 million. I'm telling you right now, Mario Kart's going to be the launch game for Switch 2.
I could see
It's
that.
it is the only game that could give the Switch 2 a bigger launch than the Switch 1.
and
It's
you
the
don't
only
think it'll
game.
be cross-platform, or not cross-platform, but released on
Backwards.
both platforms?
I don't
Yeah.
think they're doing anything like that.
I
For-
mean, I
for
just feel like
new
Mario
games,
Kart's
no.
so simple that you could release
But
like
it's the best
No,
party game
there's
for people to
there's
play.
no reason for them to do that because then no one's gonna buy the console. They're just gonna buy it on the Switch. They
Yeah.
already have the Switch.
So this direct, I know we're just talking about Metroid and stuff right now, but this direct like made me feel like we still have some time with this Switch.
Yeah, we have
Because-
this- we have
because
this
there's
whole
so
year.
many great games coming out. I feel like we still have a little bit of time.
Yeah,
with
we
the Switch.
kind of already knew that we had this year.
Okay.
But we still have, I mean, we now know of some cool games that are coming out this year. We're getting a new Zelda game on the Switch.
Yeah,
I did not expect to get another Zelda before the new Switch 2.
What did you think about that game?
We'll talk about it. I want to
Okay.
get there.
All right.
Before we move on from Metroid, I do want to. We were talking about how we thought it was Prime 2 and 3,
Yes.
or 2 and 4, sorry. If you cut to my screen, all of my comments on my reaction video, it has 6,000 views. I put it on my second channel. It's all like. Metroid Prime 2 never began in the Galactic Federation research facilities.
It's like,
you're
homie.
You're not a real Metroid fan if you
shit.
can't identify a Prime game versus a 2D game within the first 5 seconds. That has 50 likes on this video. I still don't know what they mean because Metroid Prime 2 wasn't 2D that I'm remembering.
Fan. Well, Metroid 2.
2 is 2D.
That's 2D,
but
obviously.
Are they calling me a fake Metroid fan while they themselves are getting Prime 2 and
what do the
Metroid
replies
2
say?
confused?
What do the
That's
repli-
insane.
What do the replies say? There's 7 replies.
Well, I replied to it, but I think he wasn't sure if it was Echoes Remastered or Prime 4. Although still, you should be able to tell.
Echoes looks way different, trust me.
Yeah, because it's a different game. I get
Yeah.
that. But also, these people have the hindsight of having seen the whole trailer at this point, and they're coming into my reaction knowing that it's Metroid Prime 4.
Look at the last comment. He was talking about the possibility of it just being Prime 2 remastered, not 2D Metroid, you doorknob.
He didn't even say 2D. How can you be so snobby and confident in correcting someone?
That's a very weird assumption to make
when
it
you
go,
yourself are
yeah.
as dense as concrete.
Oh my god.
Yo, that guy had
Jesus.
my back on that one.
yeah. Regardless, the direct was just so packed that it's like you were. I mean, my brain was running like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I
being like,
know.
what could this be?
Which we have not had that in a while with a direct thing.
Yeah.
That feeling of like, oh, this is all
Well,
like the whole
also-
thing was great.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen where someone or a company announces a game and then they go silent for 8 years, tell
Yeah.
you literally not even one thing,
Yeah.
and then randomly in an event drop 3 minutes of gameplay
Wait, was
immediately.
it 8 years that they
Yes, it's been 7 or 8 years.
since they dropped.
Yeah.
We're redoing it.
I think it's no, because they revealed it leading up to the Switch launch. So that's 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And then 5-ish years ago, or
They
5,
said-
6
they
years
said we're
ago, they were
redoing
like, we're scrapping what we had, we're going to start again. And that was the last thing they said.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I swear, in this industry, I can't even think of like, I know Cyberpunk had a 13-year development time, but I don't think they went ghost silent and then just dropped gameplay. There was a little bit of lead up. Like we knew we were going to get a look at it, you know?
yeah.
So like,
I don't know. It's
knowing that this doesn't happen, I'm staring at this Metroid 4 gameplay, and we can play it, but like in my brain doesn't even.
I love your face.
It's
so amazing.
I'm not even like like my brain can't even conceive that this is how they show us Metroid Prime 4
Yeah.
after all of this time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince myself it's not 4 so that I don't get too excited.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like, yeah, it was a surprise because, there's no lead up. And like, let's be real, the suit looks exactly the same. So
Also-
the
It's
suit
the
doesn't give
normal
it
suit,
yeah,
yeah.
the suit doesn't give it away. So, our mind is just like
Also,
going all over
somewhere
the
in here
place.
pretty early on, I say, like, this doesn't look like 2, but, like, it has to be. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I even say it doesn't look like 2. But anyway, yeah. I even at one point, I say this kind of looks like Halo as, like, a joke. Because,
you said it's got to be two. You said it right there.
yeah, I said 2 a lot. I was like, is this 2 or is it 4? Is it 2 or is it 4? Is
Yeah.
it 2 or is it 4? I kept going back and forth.
I legitimately went, this is Metroid Prime 2. And then like I said, I blinked and I was like, whoa, wait, what? And then I had to go back and rewatch it because I was like, I really did think it was
yeah, I know.
part 2 of the remake.
So like right here, it's giving me like, I don't know, some early Halo vibes. Maybe like Halo 3, Halo 4.
No.
Just in the atmosphere, the enemy design, and kind of just like the
I
vibes.
had another friend that said the same exact thing.
So I think
As like a huge Halo fan, this gave me Halo vibes.
Yeah.
And I said that, and one of the people in the comments was like, he even thought it was Halo at one point.
Oh
you can
my
clearly
God.
tell it's Metroid.
But you can't
and
pay
I was
attention
like,
to those comments.
dude, I was having it with these. Yeah, here, it looks like Halo, bruh. I'm
Okay,
like,
wait.
dude, it does though.
No, I think I know what it is. It makes it look like Halo. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but I've only played like the first Prime, and in Prime and also in the 2D Metroids, you're always exploring an area that's kind of like
Wasteland
the battle
there,
has
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And this, you feel like the battle is happening, and that's very Halo, where you're constantly like you're in a war. Like usually Metroid like goes to an ancient temple and there's like sporadic.
well, it's right here.
villains
This
and
is
there.
it. This is the ancient temple that you're gonna find.
Exactly.
And they're like, well, we're just gonna show off how fucking sick it looks.
This
you know?
is
like,
awesome, dude. It looks like Prime to me. Just like the original Prime in the gameplay, the way it looks. Like I didn't really know what I expected from this new Metroid, but when they were like, oh, it's not working out how we want. We're going to drop it. We're going to do something different. I was like, oh, they're like reimagining Metroid. They're going to do something like big
Let's
and
hope
grand.
so.
But this to me looks like it could just be like a GameCube game that like fit in with Metroid 1, 2, and 3 on the game. Well, was 3 on the GameCube or the Wii?
3 was on the Wii.
On the
and
Wii.
then Corruption was on.
It looks like it could fit right next to. It looks like a HD or a remake or a remaster of a game that was on GameCube right next to
Is
the
that
originals.
A bad thing?
No, I think
Okay,
it's great.
Yeah, because I also think that's amazing. That
no,
they,
I
that
think
they're
it's
doing like that,
fantastic.
yeah.
We have it. This is when they said they were making Metroid Prime 4. They heckin' made Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Like they gave us exactly. And I kind of hope, in a weird way, this does awesome. And then they kind of take a look at Metroid and they're like, okay, now where can we evolve it? Where can we take it for a new? Where can we go beyond?
Let's get another M2.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
You said that, multiple people said it to me too. They were like, "This looks like Halo," and I love that, and I'm cool with that. 'Cause,
Dude, I
like,
love that.
The OG Halo, like, Halo 3 is freaking fantastic.
It was not a negative, just graphically, visually, vibes.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of looks like an original Halo.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm for it. I was not expecting this at all, and I think that this is the best surprise they could have thrown at the end of it.
Chat, what do you think? Kim, what do you think?
Of the Metroid thing?
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'll play it.
Will you watch me play it?
Yeah.
I think that's more likely.
You
You might play Zelda.
I'll play the new Zelda. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about that, or do you want to go
Yeah,
through
let's
the
talk
direct?
about the new Zelda.
Let's go through the whole thing, and then we can just
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, here it is. Here's the direct.
That's a pig.
That's a piggy.
button.
I ain't
Anyway.
a pig.
All right, if you're watching this a year from now, this is the June 18th Direct 2024. And it started with Mario and Luigi Brothership.
I was so excited.
I had a feeling you would be, yeah.
I have been playing Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door for the last 2 weeks, and it's just been
How do you like it?
awesome.
I
love that game so much.
You know what we didn't talk about? Where have you been?
Oh, do you want to pause for a sec? So
How
we
long
talk
will it
about
take? Because it is
5
interesting.
minutes.
Okay.
It's not that long. We can pause it. You have to.
Oh, I have to pause it, right?
It's on you, bro.
Where have you? Where? So last week you weren't here.
No, I was not.
Why?
I tried, but it didn't work. So 2 weeks ago.
Who was so? Let me ask you this question: for you not to be here in the studio that I pay for to get you every Thursday, I'm a person of high importance.
Yeah.
Who was so important that you had to go and work for them instead of Wood from beatemups for a day?
I'll give my whole 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, I was in California doing Food Network, as most people know. That already is a thing.
Yeah,
That's
Guy
staying-
Fieri's
that's
old
staying with
news.
me.
I don't need that.
I'm going to his son's engagement party on Sunday.
Congratulations,
Crazy.
Muzzle Tough.
Yeah, Muzzle
And
Tough to
then
him.
and then all of last week I was working with Wu-Tang Clan, doing
That's so cool.
doing a new show that they're doing for. Well, it's a new season of a show that they already have called Family
Yeah, but
Legacy.
they're old news. I feel like I'm more important than them.
And then
Wow.
on Thursday, I got a job to work with former President George Bush.
Wow.
So I'm sorry, but like we didn't know if the episode was happening, and then I was like,
Oh, we knew.
no, we didn't because
We knew. You tried to cancel the episode.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
we never.
Here's
confirmed.
the thing. I'm very. You needed to go and do that job. That's really cool. You should go and work for George Bush. That's a
Yeah.
cool thing to be able to say that you did.
Yeah.
We always said we were taking 3 weeks off. It was always the plan to come back on that day. And then you messaged the week before telling me what you were doing, and said, we should wait next week and not do
I
a
will
show.
Say, the only reason why I said that I did not get booked until you hit me up, and then I got booked for it too, and it was not okay that I knew. I said that we're gonna come back this time, and we also wanted to revamp. As you guys can see,
Yeah.
everything looks
We
different.
did- yeah.
It looks different.
We didn't get to revamp last week.
Yeah.
I mean, to play both sides.
There's no sides. We're just playing. Don't make it seem like I'm actually
reach out
mad.
to Wood and be like, "Hey, when are you coming back?" And then it was radio silence. And then the week
Yeah,
before,
because I was
you're
in
like,
Australia and I
Let's
already
make an
said
episode.
I get a little okay. I have this thing where if I've already answered a question multiple times, I'm hesitant to want to answer it again. But I was also in Australia and in a
Yeah.
different time zone.
I had messaged you like I think on the 19th or something.
I think you messaged me while I was on the hell flight.
Yeah,
Like I was like on the 19-hour flight.
I didn't know.
I was
had no
like,
idea. I was like, fuck, I haven't talked to you
I
in a
will
minute.
reply to this tomorrow. Everybody
did.
knows when we're coming back.
Yeah. But yeah, I got booked to work with the president, and I was like, I could have said no, but I was like, when am I going to have this opportunity?
No, you shouldn't have
to
said
do
no.
that. It was
So
for-
what were you doing?
The Wu-Tang Clan is cooler than the president. I
I
have to
agree.
say.
I mean, it was a cool
The
experience.
Wu-Tang
being
Clan
with
is
them.
cooler, but the president's bigger.
It's like that thing that now I can
I
say.
don't
oh, I
know.
worked with the
Wu-Tang
president.
Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
George Bush ain't nothing.
It's more of a thing to put on my resume. But why am I keep cutting back to you when I'm talking?
'Cause I'm pretty.
I'm learning how to. We're changing everything. There was an event last week that they were doing, and the president was like the guest speaker, and so we were shooting for the Bush team his event, like his interview, and they interviewed about all kinds of stuff about his presidency. He went into politics, which I was like not expecting because you don't expect them to start.
Well, he
like-
was the president.
but
It's kind of his whole thing.
But he was also like, he straight up said, I don't like being famous. I'd rather not be famous. I'd rather just
Yeah,
stick
me
to
too.
what I
It's
do."
a-
Why
it's a bit of a
would we
bore.
have-
Yeah, a good position to hold when you don't want to be famous. The president.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and he was also saying how he was
No,
like,
I feel his pain. It's a lot of being stopped at airports,
Oh, God.
signatures while you're trying
Well,
to pee.
he stopped at airports for different reasons.
he doesn't need to go to an airport. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it was cool. Like, I just, I felt bad that I wasn't here because I wanted to hear about all your Australia stuff. We're not going to get into it. And like,
You missed Mac Snacks.
I know.
Mac
Could have been
Snacks.
Ease Treats.
Ease
Yeah.
treats, smack snacks.
There was Mac Snacks.
That's fine. Well, I'm here now, right?
That's all that
reminds
matters.
me, I had socks to give you too. I'm gonna have to give you some
You had
socks.
what to give
Socks.
me?
Socks.
Did you not see that?
I heard you say socks.
I forgot to
and
wear
was
my
like, what are you talking
socks.
about?
I was saving them
I
for
have
today.
something special for you later.
That's for behind.
No, I got some
the-
socks for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, what are you talking about? No, that's it.
Did you have fun?
With Bush?
You always have fun with Bush.
Listen,
Come on,
Somebody
now.
in the comments
You're a big
said,
Bush guy.
Somebody in the comments did the like SpongeBob meme font and said, "I worked with a war criminal."
we're not going to get into that. And then Otto says, I always think E is shirtless when he wears that shirt. I always find that so funny.
It does
Someone
kinda
said
look
when
like
we
it.
when we did the
hot.
episode, me and you remote,
Yeah.
and we were talking about the podcast, someone was like, is he not wearing a shirt?
You
You
look
have
like
an
you do
awful
look like you're
skin
shirtless.
condition
That's
if
okay.
that's you
yeah,
shirtless.
This is fucked up if I am shirtless. Something's wrong. Anyway.
This podcast does not take any kind of political stances
Nope.
any which way. The man's old and he got a job with him. What do you want?
That's it.
What do you want?
I work in TV, guys. What do you want me to do?
He works
This
in
is what happens.
TV. I mean,
This
it
is
was it
kind
wasn't
of
you
TV.
that took the job. It was your company that took the job, and then you got to work with them.
No, I took the job.
Oh, no, well, I tried to give you an out, and you went right back in.
That's what it was.
All right, Nintendo. Did you ask him what he thinks? What he's excited for with the next Direct?
I did, and he was like, "Get away from me."
Oh,
I was like,
not a
"All right, never mind."
Nintendo fan.
Dude, it was actually crazy. Secret Service was like they were very interesting. I found out like they have certain ways on code because there were like 4 guys on each door.
Yeah.
And like when
They do like the
this-
baseball stuff.
When they do this this means something. When they pull their jacket out, this means something. And then when they like put their hands down a certain way, that also means something. And they're all like kind of. One guy was staring at me the whole time. and I
One
was
guy
terrified.
looks at you and then looks at the other guy and goes like this.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm screwed. They see the giant bearded man. That's it. Anyway,
They looked at you and went, "That guy's not wearing a shirt."
yeah, I was wearing.
We
I
gotta
had to
get him outta
I had to
here.
wear a suit for that. It was-
that guy, not wearing a shirt. That's what that one meant.
Take him out. All right, let's get back to
All
it.
right, let's get back to this. Nah, this series, you probably know more about this than me, but this was a handheld 3DS DS series of Mario and Luigi going on wacky adventures. The brothers together. It's an RPG and it's timed inputs. It's very similar to Paper Mario,
Yeah.
but
And they've collabed Paper Mario with this series as well.
Yeah.
They've done that episode that game too. I
would argue that consistently though, this series is better than Paper Mario. Like just consistently.
Consistency, yeah. 1,000 Year Door is my favorite game by them, and the original is very good too. But yeah, every game that they've put out for this series has been a banger.
Oh, I kind of love that. I missed that the first time. where Luigi powers up and hits Mario, and then Mario hits it. That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Bowser's Inside Story because that was one of the last games that Nintendo of America gifted to me before I got dropped.
Okay.
And I remember really liking it, actually. I was impressed by the story. I was kind of getting into the story.
Yeah,
and then the gameplay was
it's
fun.
different compared to everything else. And also, one note about this game, I love that. That's my favorite. The L on the exclamation point. This is the first Mario and Luigi game that Alpha Dream they're not making. So the people who developed the original series, they're not working on this game because that company ended up going bankrupt as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I'm very
So wait,
excited.
who's making it then?
I don't know. It doesn't say yet.
Oh.
Or maybe I haven't seen it yet. But
Well, they went bankrupt, but Nintendo didn't help them?
well, they were the ones who said, "Hey, bye."
Oh,
So,
jeez.
yeah, not great.
Kim,
Yes.
can you see any of the monitors over there?
I have the live pulled up so I
Oh,
can
okay.
see. Yeah.
What do you think of this game? Is this one you might try?
Which one? The Mario
Mario and
RPG?
Luigi
I
Brothership.
haven't played any of those, so probably. It looks good.
Yeah, I've only played the Bowser's Inside Story one or whatever.
That's the
but,
one I wanted to play, but I didn't have the 3DS at the time.
Well, you can play this
Now
one.
I have one.
I think you might like it.
Yeah, probably.
What do you think of the name Brothership?
It sounds like it should be in space.
It sounds like they're shipping their brothers together as a couple.
The art's
Wow.
already there.
Like supernatural.
The art's already. Can we bring it up?
There. Do you want? I don't think you want.
Can we find one that's PG?
I've been looking for the past 10 minutes. I saw a really funny meme where it was just Mario and Luigi. I can't find it now, but it was just Mario and Luigi.
cut away for a second.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, no problem.
It was Mario and Luigi, and they're dressed like what's their names from Full Metal Alchemist.
I saw that.
like
Yeah, that looked
Brothership.
cool.
Did
Yeah,
I
yeah,
send?
yeah.
Maybe I sent it to you.
I don't know. I saw a bunch of stuff. People are already shipping the whole thing, so whatever works.
I'm looking at Mario and Luigi Brothership fan art is all I put in. I'm not seeing anything.
Don't.
Well, when you ship brothers,
Well,
that's cute.
that's not that bad.
You want me to go to it?
Brothership is a word. They
I'm gonna
didn't
go to it.
invent the word brothership.
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
That's
I'm-
cute.
I mean, it's a little bad
I'm
when you can't see
scanning.
underneath my camera.
I'm scanning.
It could be worse,
You're right. It
but
could
it's
definitely be
not.
worse,
They're
but it's
fine.
No, yeah,
I mean,
it's fine.
honestly though, it could still be bad.
It's when they kiss,
It might
that's
not
when
be
it's
a full
bad.
image. All right. Well, no need to get sexy.
Well,
Are you
there's.
sure about that?
Yeah, right.
Then,
Oh, they see they're going sexy.
Wait, did they?
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Oh. Next, we had the Nintendo World Championship NES edition.
Which I pre-ordered the special edition that comes with the gold.
I think
NES
I
cart.
think I did too.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, I think I managed to. I can't remember. I know I couldn't at first, and then I think I figured it out.
I found it on. I think it was on GameStop that I got it. I
Hmm.
forget. But yeah, it was tough to pre-order it. They made it hard.
Now, does this? I know it releases the. I know there's these like mini games, but does it also have the full actual games as
No,
well, or is
no.
it just gonna have the mini?
I think
games?
it's just
It's
the
just-
challenges.
The
I think.
do you
kinda
know the
silly.
story of this, Max? How old are you?
Old.
Do you know the story
We're
of
the
the
same
Nintendo World
age. Aren't we the same
Championships?
age?
Do
You're
you know
1990, right?
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, the same age.
But do you know the story of Nintendo World Championship?
Yeah, I think we talked about this when it was originally announced.
Should I
just
should
go
I
back
delve?
into it because I don't fully remember.
We're in a deep dive. In the mid '90s, early '90s, late '90s. I honestly don't know when it was. They did the Nintendo World Championships, which everyone competed locally, and then they got brought out to the competition floor somewhere in California, most likely. I'm pretty sure it was California. And they had to compete. I think it was 3 games, and they made this like NES cart specifically for it that all the contestants played. And I think the 3 games were Tetris, Mario, and I can never remember the third one. Maybe Stadium Events or something random.
I think so.
I don't know if
love
anyone-
I love how they're
The
doing
Kirby
it like
one looks cool.
99, where you're like battling people online.
That's cool.
I think that's awesome. But
The mentality behind it was pieces of those 3 games, and you would race through them, and whoever did all of them first won. You had to hit like a certain score in Tetris and a certain level of Mario.
Yeah.
Those carts, by the way, they actually the carts that Nintendo made for that event are probably the most expensive NES carts.
do you remember someone at Too Many
'Cause
Games
they're
always
real.
has? I think it's the grading company that.
Yeah,
has
they
it.
probably have one.
But it's like $300.
Yeah, it's insane.
or something.
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous.
wild.
Some guy stopped me at the gym yesterday and was like, because they realized who I was.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
I told you, me and
Nice.
Bush.
Mr. President.
And they were like, do you ever collect the old stuff? I was like, no. And he's like, have you seen how expensive the original Mario is on NES? And I was like, I don't know, like 30, 40 bucks. And he's like,
Oh my
no,
God,
it's
no.
selling for like $300,000. And I was like,
ridiculous.
no, it's not.
Someone.
You're getting
bought
confused
one.
with like stadium event, or it's like some PSA
No,
graded
if you
10 out
ask
of 10.
Bob's talked about this. They have the OG Mario. Someone sold it for like a lot of money.
Super Mario Brothers?
The original Mario Bros for NES, it's like sealed. Someone sold it first time. We could find it.
If it was sealed and like PSA graded, I could see that.
I think it
But
was. I
even
don't remember.
still, I mean, aren't
But
there a
otherwise,
bunch of
I don't see it
copies
going
everywhere?
for anything over like 10 grand, even PSA. If it was stadium events or it
2
was
million.
No, it's 2 million.
2 million.
What was it?
It was a 9.8.
Hold on,
rated.
cut away from my screen and then share it with me in Discord and I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giggity, 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 goo.
Okay.
Skillshare link is not in the above description. Please fix ASAP. Did you put it in there?
Did
What?
You saved it?
Yeah, I put it in there.
Can we double check?
You might have to refresh because we added it in.
Oh, yeah, we added it in
before
later.
The ad went. We
Here,
added it in.
just
so-
hit edit right there, just to check.
It's there. Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
It's right
Then
there.
we're fine. Then we're fine. Jesus. What's one yelling at me for, man?
Yelling.
Yeah,
I'm getting yelled at. I can't access this page because it's New York Times and they make you
Oh,
pay.
yeah, they suck. All right, hold on one second.
Just enter in your credit card live on.
No,
Steam.
here's CNET. We can
That's
do
the
CNET.
new revamp.
let's
It's
do CNET.
credit card.
You got another one?
Yep. There you go, baby.
World record offer.
All right, you can show my screen now. Unopened 1985 Super Mario Brothers video game sells. Well, yeah, I mean, it's PSA graded. That's what I said.
Yeah. I said
But
it was
even
a 9.8.
still, like that's
This is
so
what I
silly.
told
Sealed 9.8.
The guy, I think he said it was a couple million, and I was like, dude, it's like $40.
Well, yeah, like, and when I was at LA Retro a couple years ago, someone was trying to sell it for like $1,000, and I was like,
Loose?
box, not sealed.
Loose, that game's at most $50.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many of them. It's like the most common game.
Yeah.
So this is a sealed boxed
Well,
Mario.
is this the most common game, or
9.8.
is the one with Duck Hunt the most common?
Oh, they're both so common.
Yeah.
They're both so common.
Okay.
They're as common as a packet of Doritos at a Walmart.
What? Okay. That's very Pennsylvania for you to say.
Collectible Slayer, $2 million for an unopened. Who bought that?
Somebody-
Who had $2 million to
someone
spend
did.
on
Yeah,
that?
screw you. You
on
ruined it for
sealed
everyone.
Super, not even Mario 3. On the original Mario,
Yeah.
someone's $2 million. People take this PSA stuff way too seriously.
will say-
Can I give a
Bob in the
PSA?
Bob in the chat said it was money laundering.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Can I give a
That
PSA
makes
right
more
now?
sense.
Yeah, that does
Also,
make way more
if
sense.
you're trying to do it covertly, it kind of sucks they put an article out, you know?
A world record.
Ruined it.
It was money, so it was actually money laundering.
No, he was just suggesting.
Well, that was a whole thing that they were, because, the whole thing with...
I'm gonna give a PSA.
Okay.
If you buy into this whole PSA grading thing, you're being scammed. They are taking these games, these cards, these comic books, they're grading them some artificial score that somebody else, a human, by the way, is just eyeballing it down and saying, 9, 10, I'm really good at this. I'm going to give it a 9.4 because of this little, like, dink in the corner.
Sorry for the sound effects. You can't hear them, but they're funny.
And
No,
then after doing that, they go, now that I've given it a 9.4, this is worth $100,000.
Yeah,
But then they do
exactly.
the thing where they'll be like, all right, so we've graded it, and then we'll be like, oh, let's unopen it, regrade it. Now it's a higher grading. Now
Yeah.
it's worth more.
Yeah.
It doesn't-
They do that.
It doesn't make any sense. Please stop supporting it. Like,
Please.
I really don't understand this. You can't, what? The number you're getting is just some random person that's looked at it for you and gone, this. You could take it to your grandma's house and be like, rate this out of 10, and it's the same. That's the same level of qualification. These people haven't gone to grading school at Harvard University and did a whole course on what an NES box near mint condition looks like. They're just going by gut feeling, and you're like, thank you so much for your gut feeling. Here's $100,000.
I have a sealed copy of the original Metroid Greatest Hits, and I brought it to them, and I was like, what do you guys think? And they're like, oh, probably like $1,000.
Yeah, so now that I've said that, it's increased its value by 10.
Well, no, because the whole thing is they want to buy it off me or like have me like auction it or whatever through them, and then it ends up selling for more. Because I looked on eBay, if I get it graded, even at a 9.4, it's worth like $15,000. Graded.
Yeah, you could make some great money if you could trick someone into giving it a high score.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. Like,
But that's all it
totally
is.
Do that. And I have no intention on selling it. I will see what happens when Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
Ooh.
But
I just don't know why. I just don't know why anyone would buy that. $2 million for
That's
that?
crazy.
You could get a
That's
boxed
insane.
one sealed, $1,000.
But I think.
But
it's-
because somebody else put a 9.8 on it,
Yeah.
you're like, now it's worth an extra $2 million.
What do you think about the Nintendo PlayStation? That being sold for like 400,000, which is crazy. The fact that
Was it like a
sold-
graded situation or just a rare
No,
item?
it was the OG, the original.
Was it
collab.
graded or just a rare item?
It was just a rare item.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If that's what it's worth, that's fine.
Yeah.
If that's legitimately what it's worth because someone wants to pay that much to get it and it's so hard to find and uncommon that that's just the price has been dictated by that, that's fine. But if the price of that thing normally is 1,000 and now it's 2 million because someone slapped a 9.8 on it, what are you paying for now? Are you paying
Yeah.
because you want the thing or because you really wish you could kiss the guy that graded it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Oh,
Anyway, so as I was saying, Max,
Making this super. Yeah, let's
this is
move.
a nice little retro throwback to those days, but they've just added in a ton of other games and they've made them bite-sized and in the spirit of kind of situation.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It does look cool.
I
It
love
also-
how this all came out. Like, I love the gold cart. Like, I think that's great.
It also kind of has a Mario 35-esque element to it, where you can,
Tetris 99, all those.
yeah, you can like race people, KO people, or whatever. I was speaking of Bob in chat. I was watching the Wolf Den podcast, and him and his brother got into a little bit of a discussion about whether or not it's actually online people or if it's ghost players. Players that have just already raced and now you're racing against their ghosts.
I feel like they could do both for what it's worth.
They could, and then they were having a moral argument on is there a difference? Which I think yes. I think I would want to know that I'm racing against people in real time because it's a level of excitement. Ghost players and like when I'm in racing games and racing ghost cars, it just I don't know. I mean, I know I am technically racing someone that set that score, but they could have done it a year ago and they're not there and they don't care anymore. Like, there's something about the thrill of the moment and actually racing real players. It's like when you start a new multiplayer game. Like, recently I got Star Wars Hunters.
Yeah.
Which is like Overwatch. It's not good. Don't play it.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
But the first like 15 games you play are offline with bots and they give them random usernames like Jedi Fan 121.
Oh.
But it's a
Nice.
bot. But
Yeah.
it makes it feel like they're people. You can just tell they're bots by the way they're moving in the game, like running into walls and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like that. It's like, man, I can't wait to get out of these bot lobbies and actually play against people. Like, I don't want to play against like ghosts and bots
What
all the time.
did you just do? You made wood black.
Whoa.
I'm gone. I'm out of
Not
here.
like that.
Oh, I see what happened. I accidentally hit the wrong button on here. Sorry.
Hey,
You
when we're back.
slowly, dramatically
Sorry.
fade back in AE.
There
So
you
in
go.
that game, are you able to play against people at home?
Like if you wanted to directly verse someone,
Yeah.
like say, hey Bob, I want to beat your
Yeah.
ass in Mario.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the answer to that question. Maybe
I feel
someone
like
in chat does.
probably because like it seems
You would
something
like
you
to
would wanna
hope so,
play.
but in games like Mario 35 and Tetris 99, you remember those?
yeah.
You couldn't do that. You
couldn't.
just hit play and then you just played against a bunch of
Yeah.
people. Everything okay over there? Okay.
Everything's fine.
Moving on, we had Koei Tecmo Fairy Tail.
Oh, don't spend
2.
time on this. Let's keep going. What are we gonna say about this? There's a JRPG. Let's go. There's so many cool things to talk about. We're gonna talk about this
I love we're like,
JRPG.
it's such a great direct. Everything was perfect. Fuck this game.
Yeah, fuck this game. Well, I mean, there's never been a direct that
I
every
wasn't
game
even
was a
done
bang.
reading the title
Yeah,
of the
please
game.
don't
And it's like,
even
we're
read the
spending
title.
too much time on this. Well,
Yes,
yeah, hurry
let's
up.
move
There's already way too much time. Let's stop.
The title is too long.
We're 40 minutes in. I know people are here for the juice.
Are we 40
What's
minutes
the
in?
rush?
We are. I'm not rushing. I'm just saying.
I mean, we're
what
not
are we
locked
gonna-
to an hour anymore.
What are we
I
gonna
feel
say?
like people like this anime though.
Yeah, I was
I've
going to
never
say it's a
watched it,
very
but-
popular anime.
Let's
that-
hear chat.
Yeah.
The first game did very well on the Switch.
Oh, they already had a game.
Yeah, it was just
Oh,
Fairy
okay.
Tail 2.
Okay.
It's but ugly.
Yes.
It's one of the ugliest looking games I've ever seen in my life. And I honestly can't believe that it looks like this. Then that they thought that was okay. I mean, this is just rough.
It looks bad.
That is bad. Look at that. Everyone stare at that for a hot minute.
But to be fair, doesn't that look like the Pokemon?
Yeah.
What's that Pokemon? The
honestly,
Japanese
I think
one?
it looks
The
even
old
It
worse.
kind of
Japanese
looks
one?
like a VR chat game.
It does, yeah. It looks
because
like a VR
the
game.
three
That's better, you
characters I'm
fixed it.
looking at look like they're all from different animes, so I don't really know what.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
would
look
say
like
it
they
does
go
look
together,
worse than Pokemon Scarlet
right?
and Violet.
The main guy looks like something from Dragon Ball Z.
He does. He does.
The eyes.
I think it might be the same artist.
Yeah, it might be the same artist.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know.
Is
I mean, that guy, what's his
The
name?
Toei game?
Akira Toriyama. He did a lot of anime.
Yeah, let's keep
I don't-
talking about this one.
I honestly, I don't think it's.
Dude, fucking savage.
Do you want to switch seats?
Yeah, for real, man. Shit. It's crazy. Shots fired.
Yelling from the back of the dungeon.
Hey, shut that shit off. It's like,
All right, fine. We're done with that one, apparently. All right.
oh,
into
here's
the-
another one.
Into the next JRPG.
Yeah,
Can we get a
perfect.
max
Yeah, let's
check
talk
over
about
there?
it for 10 more minutes.
Can we get a vibe on Max on this one, or do
Yeah.
we skip?
Oh,
this
that's
is the
amazing.
title of this episode is Deep Dive, just so you know.
Yeah, well,
This is a
let's,
chance for
let's
me
get
to-
deep into the podcast, into the
Into everything
into the
else.
direct, into the other stuff.
There are things about this that's cool.
Yeah, like
This is
that guy's
made by
chest.
the Final Fantasy series creator. It's his own product.
That is,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that is, yeah. Damn, man. Jesus Christ.
What is wrong with you?
Holy shit.
It does look bad, actually. I will say, yeah. yeah.
Well, all right. Well, there it is. Never mind.
I really don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. It looks like a generic JRPG. It looks like Bravely Default. Don't like it. Switch Sports. Max, thoughts?
Oh, I'm pumped for this. Let's talk
All
about
right,
this.
let's spend a minute on it.
I'm so down.
An hour and a half. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised to see them still updating this game because I really don't know who's going to come back to this just for basketball.
Me.
Although
Me.
it does
I-
sound like
I will.
math.
We really?
Yeah, I will. I'll play this.
Why?
Because it looks fun.
Okay.
Who are you going to play it with?
The ghost lobbies.
I mean, I'm happy they're still supporting it. I really feel like if this game had come out on launch with basketball, with any of the other DLC they added, it would have been a banger.
Yeah, for
To
sure.
release randomly basketball like 2 or 3 years after the game comes out.
No, it came out last year.
No, it didn't.
You're right. Bob was still here. It's definitely.
This was a couple years back at
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah, you're right.
We get a
you're
release
right.
date on this?
I'm seeing a lot of comments saying that the direct is too loud.
Oh. So lower it on your end, Wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why is
You've got the volume on again.
No?
No, we fixed that.
I'm not even hearing the direct.
Well, they're saying that they can hear it, so
Let's lower it on this.
I
end
don't know
and
what
we'll
to do.
I'm going to check.
Okay.
It's fine.
I mean, I'm happy they're still supporting it. That does not sound
What-
too loud to me.
Okay.
I lowered it. For what it's worth, I lowered it a little bit, so it's fine.
That sounded perfect to me. Can we get a poll?
Ham called this Me 2K. MII.
Oh my god.
Can we get
Like
a poll?
the basketball.
What do you
Dude,
want?
Me 2K would be so fun.
Is the
would be
direct-
Design your character and then just whoop ass on the court.
Well,
oh my
well,
god.
I know we haven't.
Yes.
I know we haven't got there yet, but I also kind of want to play the Looney Tunes sports game.
Oh yeah.
I
kinda
actually
wanna play
would
it.
play that over this. Just
Have they
saying.
ever
I
made
would
a
play
Space
both.
Jam game?
No, but they
Why
should.
not?
I don't know.
Especially the new movie came out. Why would they? I heard it was doo-doo, but I mean,
Yeah.
wasn't
Well, you
bad.
can
It
play
was-
as LeBron James in multiverse.
That's true. yeah, you
Oh,
can do that.
yeah.
I think you got one guide, 82% right now is saying that it was not too loud.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
So whatever it was,
Oh, you made a poll?
whatever it was
Hell yeah.
perfect
It's
the
a
way it
petty
was.
All right, so I'm,
I'll
I'm gonna
boost it up
ban
a
that
little
guy who said it was too
No,
loud.
No,
don't
don't do that, don't do that.
ban. They probably just have
kidding,
bad
I'm just
headphones
kidding.
or something.
All right, we're good. We're good. Let's keep going.
Whatever. Who cares? Next. Do you have any thoughts, Max?
No, it looks good.
this
I
is
want to
not-
play it.
Great.
Keep cutting to Kim when she's not talking.
That's fine. Kim's cute. Cut to her
very
again.
true.
Let's see her. There she is.
We just got 12 more viewers.
She's not on the mic. Why?
So here's a good point for me to say that going into this direct, I think after Summer Game Fest and after just recent like events in general, a lot of us expected this to be an indie fest because that just seems to
Yes.
be where we're at. And I think going into that conversation about expectations going into this, you can cut to me for a second. I have a rant. Going into this direct, expectations were on the floor, and not in any kind of bad way. I mean, we're 7, 8 years into the Switch. This is the final year. We didn't know of anything that was coming this year from Nintendo. Typically, this is the time where companies like Nintendo, like Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, in the final year, they start thinking about the next thing. They start shifting all their teams, all their projects, all their focus to games on the next thing so that you can hit the ground running. And the final year of a console is usually very quiet. So this year, you know, we knew about Thousand Year Door. It was a remaster. That's pretty easy to do quickly, things of that nature. Just kind of felt like that was going to be it. And after seeing Summer Game Fest be all indies and the industry just not having much going on in general right now, the expectations going into this direct were, yeah, it's going to be slow. It's going to be not much, nothing from Nintendo, possibly all indies. Then we get into the direct, and bang, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Then bang, Fairy Tail 2.
Then bang, Nintendo Sports.
Basketball. But anyway, you can cut back after that rant. So at this point, we're 7.5 minutes in, and we do get to look at our first indie. And honestly, I think it might be the only...
I think it looked cool.
The only indie in the whole thing.
Can I tell you because I don't know the whole lore of it, but I for a second I was like, oh, is this Silk Song? Because everyone's talking about it.
I could actually see that. Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't think that, but
because it has
I could
that
see that.
creepy vibe.
Yeah,
but
it's honestly not too dissimilar. I mean,
looks cool.
visually, it's completely different.
They have pointy feet, the Silk Song characters.
I mean, this could have been something where like the Silk Song they have pointy
I'm
feet.
just trying to find the
I know.
similarities.
This could be something where like, you know, they went really quiet for a long time, and it's because they were completely changing direction and changing. So I could see that.
But then this gives me more Celeste vibes watching the actual gameplay, because you could like use.
It looks
them to
sick.
jump. Yeah, it does look cool.
Visually, it
like
looks
this.
awesome. Gameplay looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely, I'd say, more Ori vibes. But in that realm of game.
But I also like how they put a game like that, you know, tied with like all these other major titles.
You know what I like? I like that this event only really had this one indie.
Yeah.
So this one indie really got to shine. It
for
wasn't
real.
like buried in indies, and like it was like it didn't get. When you watch those events, 40 minutes, or like Summer Game Fest was 2 hours of indies.
Yeah.
When you get to that back half hour, it doesn't matter how cool something is. It's like,
over it.
oh God,
Yeah.
I'm just done.
Yeah.
It's all meshing into one. But this being such a cool art style and being the only indie really stood out.
Wasn't the last direct an indie direct?
Yeah, I mean that
so
is
maybe
different.
maybe that's why we didn't have
well,
so
no,
many
they do that on
indies.
purpose now. They do their indie world so that they can separate out the indies and give them their own floor
Which
to shine.
I mean, that's good that they do that. Like they should.
No, it's
do
awesome
that.
they do
Yeah.
that. You know why they do that? They do that for a lot of reasons. But indies helped make the Switch as successful as it is. I've gone on this rant
100%.
so many
Yeah,
times.
totally.
And I've said what I'm about to say so many times, but it's a statistic that I love so much. SteamWorld Dig 2 sold 10 times more on Switch than Steam.
Yeah.
And it's reasons like that Nintendo were like, oh, we're making money off these indies.
Yeah.
People are buying the Switch to play what? Hollow Knight. What? Stardew Valley. What? That's it.
But it was really like the first time they
Celeste.
opened it up like that, where they're like, "Hey, make whatever you want. We'll put it on the
Indies
Switch."
became a system seller for Switch.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Because we know that you can play Stardew Valley everywhere. Like as gamers that are like involved, we know that. But like a casual gamer or someone that maybe bought a Switch for Animal Crossing, you know, not that that's casual gamer, but you know the type.
I think Animal Crossing is casual gamer. Too.
It is casual
Yeah,
gamer.
why
I think
wouldn't
so
it
too.
be? It's also
They're
something
like,
that people.
they're like, what else can I buy? And they're the people that are likely to get Stardew Valley. And then like their friends see them playing Stardew on Switch, and they're like, oh, I should get a Switch to play Stardew. You know, and then suddenly Stardew on the Stardew probably sold more on Switch than anywhere
Oh, yeah,
else.
because there's a physical copy of it. So you're going into a store and you're
And
seeing
there's
it on
that.
the shelf versus like some people don't seek out the online market for a game. They're in a store. They need to physically have something.
I miss those days.
And
Yeah.
there's something to be said too. Like I know it's not on Switch yet, but like for like a game like, let's just say for example like Pizza Tower, like that game is so like Wario World that it just feels right to play it on the Switch. You know what I mean? Like it just feels
I
right
know.
to
That
like
does need to come
use
to
a
Switch.
GameCube controller for it or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
No problem.
Anything else?
Anyway, moving on.
Because it's Max's show now.
Next
we're only 9 minutes. Holy shit!
Hey,
I'm just saying.
what's the rush?
I'm not rushing. It's just funny that I thought we were halfway through.
Does anyone have dinner plans?
I just know that
Are we going
have
anywhere?
I have a meeting at 6
much
o'clock with
more
somebody.
interesting
Then we have till
things.
6.
Yeah, you're right.
Disney Illusion Island, whatever. Kim and I played.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I don't care.
Kim and I played this, and we did it. We liked it, didn't we, Kim?
We did. We didn't
Tell me
finish
about
it.
it.
But
No,
liked
we
it.
didn't finish it.
It's cute.
We didn't finish it, then we ended up starting a new Stardew farm, so
So
we're,
what is
we're
this? Is
screwed.
this a
We're not.
sequel?
Oh yeah.
No, it's a free update available later today, which was
Oh,
2
okay.
days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that game is pretty good. You know why I didn't like it though? I did like it, but I got a little bored because there's no combat, and it's a lot of you need to like dodge the enemies and like
Oh,
jump
right,
over the
right,
enemies, and
yeah.
I just sometimes I just want to
I
smack
think
something.
Disney just doesn't want to do this.
They could have had little rubber mallets or something, where like you.
She did the, and it was nice. It was funny.
You could have like a big rubber mallet for Goofy, and he like, bow, and does like a squish noise, and the little guy
I
just
don't
like.
think they've ever had weapons besides like. Well, did they even?
Kingdom
get to
Hearts
hold
is the only
I was
thing
gonna say,
that
did they
has
even get to
weapons.
hold the keyblades in
Yeah.
that? Or were they
Mickey-
just, like,
Well,
Mickey
that's
has a
like
keyblade.
that's Square Enix, and they kind of got a pass.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when
different vibe.
Ubisoft gave Mario a gun. They kind of get a pass.
It's like we
you
gave
know?
Kirby a gun. It's like the best. You're like,
Smash,
wait.
Smash gave Kirby a gun.
Yeah, good times.
All right. Next, Max Hello Kitty Island Adventure thoughts.
Hell yes. Let's talk about this.
For 18 minutes.
So I said this quickly in my videos and my reactions, but this game is very popular on mobile, and a lot of people actually love it. I think even Liz the Last went
Yeah,
into
I was
a
about
thing
to say,
about it.
shout out to Liz the Last
Yeah.
who said that this game needed to be on the Switch.
They
Yeah.
listen to
There you
her.
go.
It
That's awesome.
honestly, it's what's that, Kim?
Huh?
What you were saying?
I was saying it does.
It does.
And it
What?
It is now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's not coming out for another like year.
Let me
think
look,
that-
let me
yeah, they
see,
said
let's
next
see.
year.
Let's see what it says.
No, there's no date. He just said
Oh.
the words.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anyway, this game is Animal Crossing but Hello Kitty.
Yes.
And apparently it's really good, and there's features in this that aren't even in Animal Crossing, and people seem to
Yeah.
like it.
You know what's crazy is that this game, like how they get to the island, is there's a plane crash.
Oh, it's harrowing. It's like the opening of Lost.
Like Lost.
Very
Is it
exciting.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it's so
plane,
good.
like,
They're
is
all
on
jumping out of the
fire, and they
plane.
have to jump out of the
It's
plane.
nuts.
Is there like a demon ghost shadow on the island?
Hopefully.
You haven't even finished Lost.
And yet I knew about the demon ghost shadow.
Demon
Hey,
Ghost
no
Shadow.
spoilers. On like a 14-year-old show. Is it Sopranos?
Dude,
Anyway.
I want to play Looney Tunes Sports.
We finally finished
Yeah,
that.
we
Did I
finished
tell
it.
you?
What'd you think?
It was good.
Awesome. I actually really liked the end. I know there was.
It's a great way to finish it, right? Sopranos.
I did not know about there being a controversial ending.
I did, but
I didn't know. I didn't know what it was. Kim knew about the
I knew what it
controversial ending. I didn't know what
I
it was.
just didn't know how I was going to feel about it when I
I'll
saw
say
it.
that when it happened, I was like shocked. I was stunned because I didn't understand what happened.
Yeah.
And then the credits started to roll, and I was like, no way, that sucks. But then as the credits were rolling, we just kind of sat there silently stunned. I went, oh, and then I loved it.
Yeah, it took a minute. We had to
Yeah.
discuss it to
Yeah.
realize we liked it.
Because
Go,
Kim was pissed, and I was like,
yeah.
oh no, I figured it out.
Well, mostly it was I was pissed because I was watching that. Now it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're,
No, I think that's, and also then I went down Reddit threads about like things that they did leading up to the moment and like hidden, like, I don't want to give away too much, but
Sure.
even in the scene, things that they scattered around to kind of hint on what was going to happen.
Yep.
So cool.
a good
Cool
time.
show. Good show.
Anyway.
Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes. I
I'm
don't
more
know
hyped
who-
about this than
Really?
the Wii Sports add-on.
I mean, this is like all of Nintendo sports in one game with Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It's got the soccer from, what is it, Brawl? What's it called? What's the soccer Brawlers? Soccer Smash Brawlers, Mario Strikers.
Strikers.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, me. And then tennis and all of that. Honestly,
Yeah, this
if
looks
you
fun.
are you excited? You're excited.
I'm excited.
I think it's gonna be cool. I
I'd
like
play
the
this.
Looney Tunes games. Like I used to play like the one with for PS1. It was the one with Bugs and Taz. It just reminds me of that. I don't know.
Kim said to me the other day, did you know that all the Looney Tunes characters have speech impediments?
I said most, yeah. Most of them do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They'll have cleft palates.
Yeah. Because like Daffy's like the
No, that's
Missed it.
Donald.
That's
I didn't know you were
Donald.
gonna do that. That's also that's totally wrong. Everything.
They-
Did you have a
like-
joke?
No.
It's like
Shut up.
Sylvester's suckering succotash.
Yeah, they all have. They all speak weird.
Suffer and suck
And
a
then
tad.
Foghorn's got the stutter.
I'll sit. I'll sit.
I'll sit.
Can't do that because that's gonna be like weird. We're gonna get people talking. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
I had a lisp growing up. I couldn't say my R or my S.
Really?
Yep, I went through speech therapy for many years.
Damn.
Well, it worked.
Thanks. The reason why we knew about this direct, last week we talked about this in the episode, but Among Us leaked it. They leaked the date of the direct,
Sus.
and they leaked this trailer specifically.
That's sus.
Yeah. I don't know who still plays Among Us. I'd actually be down to play it again.
That was fun when we played it that one time and we.
Well, it was perfect
you
for
remember-
COVID.
I got into a car crash, and then I came. We
In the
did the
game?
stream. No, we did the stream with like everybody, and then I got hit by somebody, and then I like drove home, and I was like, all right, I'm ready. I got into a car crash, but it doesn't matter. Let's start the stream, and we all like multi-streams, like me, you, Bob, like a bunch of people.
When was that?
This is when this had like so much more hype,
I do not remember.
and then we like we framed you as like the murderer.
Oh,
It was me
and I got
me and Wood.
really
It was me and
upset.
Bob the whole time. Yeah, you did. You did. You were like, I don't want to play anymore.
I remember exactly what it was. I got upset because I take games very seriously.
Yes.
And there was the first game we played, I was the killer. And I am so good at lying. And that's probably not a good trait to have. But I convinced everybody in the game that not only was I not the killer, but someone else was the killer, and I won on my own, and it was awesome. And then after that, nobody trusted me. And every game, Miss Click was like, let's just vote out Wood because he's probably lying. And so
Wow.
I was
Yeah,
live
I
on
remember that
Twitch
now.
to like hundreds of people, and I couldn't play the game because I kept getting voted out instantly in case I was lying again. And I started to get legitimately pissed. I'm like, I'm trying to create content here. You can't just vote me out because I was good the first time we played. I got very upset.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
There's a new mode in Among Us that's kind of fun. It's like Among Us, but like fast paced. So we know who the killer is, but you still have to do your tasks. And he just runs around, and there's no cooldown. I think
that's funny.
There's no cooldown for kills, so he can just like go after you guys.
Oh, that's cool.
That seems
yeah.
easy.
So
It's easy mode for the killer.
it's like for people who don't want to talk.
I like the idea of different class types and being able to like go invisible and stuff, but whatever. It's Among Us. Why are we still talking about it? Max hates this.
Well, I know. We need to make room for all the JRPGs.
There was
Let's talk about this one for 15
This direct
minutes.
was so good that people didn't even meme on the fact that half of it was generic JRPGs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's how
exactly.
good the direct was. Here's another one. It's Farmageddon or something. I don't know what it's called. It's
The corn is alive.
it's
It literally
Oh my god!
is.
Oh my god! It's literally foxtails that you're growing.
it's really goofy because they said it's called Farmagia, and then the characters are called something like I
I
don't
thought
know.
that said Hiroshima, and I was like, "What is this advertising right now?" What's
It's
going
goofy
on?
names. It's just all goofy.
Farmagia.
Farmagia.
That means cheese in Italian.
Anyway, there's farming, there's battling, there's who's caring. Donkey Kong. A lot of us. I was hoping to get a new Donkey Kong because we're getting Donkey Kong at Universal.
Yeah.
So I was like, what a perfect time to put a new. And it also just feels like we needed a Donkey Kong. Let me try talking again. A Donkey Kong game on the Switch before we get Switch 2. The Switch didn't get a Donkey Kong game. And
Yeah, just a bunch
they,
of
I
remakes.
guess they're just not ready for that yet. So instead, they're doing Donkey Kong Country remastered.
I would love if they did like Donkey Konga or
Yeah.
Jungle Beats. Because when I saw this, I was like, oh, maybe they're going to come out with like a new controller that's like for Donkey Konga. But no, it's just. I mean, this game's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like all the side scroller ones are good, but
Yeah, I assume they
I'd
would
rather
do a
not.
new Donkey Konga.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done something. They should have given the Switch something Donkey Kong of its own.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was really fun, and this is now brought up visually to like look similar to that game, and that's kind of cool.
What if they did like a pixel remaster of the old Donkey Kong games, like Donkey Kong Country?
I don't know.
be
But
kinda
speaking of
cool?
pixel remasters, we got Dragon Quest 3.
hey, wow, good segue that you didn't mean.
Dragon Quest 3. Actually, I love Dragon Quest 11. It was the first one I played, and I had so much fun that it made me want to play the others. And the first few games are games that I would probably never play of my own accord because they are very old. Let's look up Dragon Quest 3 gameplay. What would that have been on the NES? I think so.
I don't know.
I have it on the Game Boy. Not color.
But
just regular Game Boy.
that's a remake on its own, no?
I think it came out simultaneously.
Or was it Dragon War? Was it called
after?
Dragon Warrior 3?
No, it's Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 3.
Well, what was
You
it?
know what? It is Dragon Warrior in some countries. So
I think
maybe.
it's Dragon Warrior.
I don't know. But I love how they had the original guy come out and be like, so if nobody knows, 3 is 1, 2 is 2,
I know,
1 is
yeah.
2, 2 is 3. And you're like, dude, okay.
Okay, so I wanted to play the original Dragon Quest games after playing the first one, and I went back and I looked, and this is what I saw. And I said, nope.
Oh, yeah.
I said, nah.
The ones that came out on the DS, that's what got me hooked on Dragon Quest, actually. I'm not really a turn-based guy, but the way that, I think it was Dragon Quest, it was either 7 or 8 that I played on the DS, and the way that they, like kind of turn the turn-based stuff like on its head, and this like sort of like traveling stuff like on the map on its head. Like for example, there was this one quest where you had to there's this old guy and he had trouble walking. So while you're on this map, you kind of had to push him to his location. Like it was like an escort mission, but with like these.
That sounds so fun.
It was cool.
I like that we didn't have time for Fairy Tail 2, but you're telling an old story
whole
about an old
origin
man
of
you
this
had to
game.
push in an NES game.
All right, you know what, guys?
Anyway, I saw this, and I was like, nah. But now it looks like this, baby.
Yeah, it does look good.
Now, I know we're all getting kind of burnt out on remakes and remasters, but tell me this doesn't look way better.
It does.
Like, now I want to play Dragon Quest 3. Now I want to explore and experience
I
this
probably
game.
won't because, I don't know, like I'm not into it that much, but it does look good.
I mean, I'm kind of burnt out even on the 2D HD art style that Octopath Traveler started, but I just love the idea of playing Dragon Quest in this
This does
style.
remind me a little bit more of Golden Sun, which is nice. But yeah, I'm
And
cool
then,
with
yeah,
it.
as you said, they pulled out and they were like, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 as well. And I had the question at the time. I was like, well, why do 3 first?
Yeah.
But then
And
they pulled old man fella over here out of retirement.
Yuji Hori.
And they had him explain that it's 3, 1, and then 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea because I haven't.
Oh, I had
haven't
no
read
idea.
about this
Also,
series yet.
3 is like really popular in Japan for some reason. I think because you can kind of like
Oh my
make
God.
your own. All right.
He's just you.
No, forget
Damn
it.
Wood.
We're moving on.
Just ignoring Max for what he's saying.
Is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Did you ask me a
You
question?
are the star.
Did he ask me a direct question?
He was talking about how Dragon Quest 3 was very popular in Japan, and
Yeah.
he was going off on that.
Yeah, I was
But
listening.
you were like switching to the
But
next
then
game.
we're on Funko
Well,
Fusion.
yeah, I was
Funko
getting-
Fusion.
I was getting. Do you want me to go back? I was
You know
getting,
what? I'm not talking for the rest of the podcast.
I was getting the
Give me your
next
mic.
thing queued up, but I was listening.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
And formidable monsters alert.
Dragon Quest 3 is very popular in
You're right.
Japan.
This is a JRPG. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
Damn.
All I
thing is so
heard
good.
was him talking about Dragon Quest 3 being popular, and I was listening, and then all of a sudden, you listening, Wood?
I mean, also to be fair, you guys can't see each other, so
I
it's
can't
like,
see him.
Yeah, we have to fix that.
Let's have some fun.
That's fine. This is more,
Max.
that's more for the memes.
Do you like Funko Pops?
No.
Hello to Jaws.
Never mind. Whatever. It's fine.
Luigi's
Yes.
Mansion 2?
Everyone called this,
And others
which is fine. But I'm glad it wasn't the thing they opened with. I'm glad they put it in the middle.
Yeah.
And also I can care less.
Now, what do you mean by that?
And so I'm glad they didn't open with this. On
No,
the
what do you
direct.
mean by everybody called it?
A lot of people said they were either like, I hope they don't announce Luigi's Mansion 2, or they said, I bet you they're gonna announce Luigi's Mansion 2. A lot of people said they were gonna do that.
Am I having a brain fart right now?
Wasn't this already announced?
This has been announced for a long time.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm
we've,
pretty sure
we've known
you
about
and
this for a good 6 months.
Maybe I'm
I'm pretty sure you and Scott the Waz talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
maybe I'm having some brain farts.
I was like,
There's a lot.
Did I miss something? A lot of people called this because Nintendo told us about it.
I think what Ilya means is that like
Goofy goes.
that we thought that this was gonna be the direct, like was just talking about this old game.
Were you freaking out at this point when you were watching? Like,
I skipped
Oh,
through.
okay.
I was like, all right, I don't care.
no, they remember when they revealed Thousand Year Door was coming? They also revealed Princess Peach.
You're right.
And they
you're right,
revealed
you're right,
Luigi.
you're
They were
right,
like,
you're
look
right,
at all
you're
these
right.
Mario
Well,
games.
I didn't give a shit about
Because of Thousand Year
because
Door?
of Thousand Year Door. Very, very excited for that. So this means nothing to me.
Nintendo eShop. Up for the
Funko Pops, anybody?
More?
You want to go back to that?
No, I'm good. And it's Five Nights at Freddy's, which is fucking ridiculous.
The new Denpa Men.
and more.
Oh yeah, this is fine, I guess.
Kim, thoughts? You haven't seen this one.
What is it?
I have no idea. It looks like Animal Crossing meets
Customize all sorts of outfits.
a JRPG.
Island however you like.
Okay.
I really don't know.
I feel like I'm getting burnt out
Oh, we
on the
all are.
farming sim
Oh, you're not
games.
alone.
So if the art doesn't grab me, I don't.
Free to play.
As
Yeah.
much as I boast and toast and roast about Stardew Valley and how well it did on Switch, it really did introduce an epidemic. The combination of Stardew and Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I
there-
feel like if you
there
have
has
two
to be,
successful ones,
other
they're
than
gonna-
hentai games, more farming games on the Switch than anything
I don't think
else.
there's any more farming than the hentai for sure, but yeah, close.
There's a lot of
If
hentai
anything's
games on the
close,
Switch.
There's
that.
a lot of hentai. I am sick of buying and playing those.
Most of them are free, I thought, but
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I wish they were.
All the microtransactions.
They might be free
Oh, yeah,
for your
yeah.
wallet, but my soul is
Trapped.
crushed.
Yeah.
Metal Slug. I think recently someone else got the rights to Metal Slug, and they're just making all these wacky spin-off games. And this
Well,
one's
this is
a-
Reloaded. This isn't a remake or whatever?
No,
Or
it's a tower defense game.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about this either.
These look kind of cool. I also kind of want to play the tactics.
I didn't grow up playing these games. So
I-
for me, I'm like,
I
whatever.
only want to play this game for the third character on this stream.
The demon lady?
Yep.
Yeah, she's a baddie.
Abilities.
Yep. Darkest Dungeon 2, Darkest Dungeon 1 was... This is actually the second indie. There's two indies in this event. This is the second one. The first Darkest Dungeon was a huge hit on Switch and in general a hit as an indie game. It's a very cool game, and this is the sequel. And it looks bigger and better, so that's all I have to say about that.
Cool.
The next thing
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yes.
Last night on stream, Bob and I played co-op Perfect Dark.
Oh, what'd you think?
It took a lot of finagling of the controls. You had to remap some buttons to get it to work. The game itself,
Is this online? Did they make it?
Yeah, it's all
You could-
online.
Okay, that's cool.
the game itself, it feels very dated. I hadn't played it before, and it felt very dated.
I love the misdirect here because they're like, oh yeah, here's Metroid, whatever, and then at the end,
Well, they did Zelda and Metroid.
yeah,
They were like,
what a fucking.
so this was first in the direct, and they revealed Zelda and Metroid games coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and then later in the direct, we got a new Zelda and a new Metroid.
Did you and Scootish end up playing the Four Swords?
Yeah, so we
online?
played that after Perfect Dark. We did some co-op Four Swords.
Was
Which,
it-
by
was
the
it
way,
fun?
hold on. Let me cut away from me for a sec. I'll pull up my stream and I'll show you the chaos that was.
Turn off your.
Infiltrate a corporation to end their
Sure.
Yeah. I loved Four Swords, so that was fun. And then I do think I know we're gonna jump into it now with Perfect Dark and Turok, but like I don't care about them doing this mature app separately from the Nintendo Switch Online N64. Everyone online was like, why would they make a separate app altogether for mature 17? And it's like, who cares, man? Just play the fucking games.
just play the
Yeah.
games.
I guess they have to keep it separate.
I like Turok. I think it's fun. I think Turok aged for like a old FPS. Turok
Yeah,
aged
I think it's
pretty
cool.
well.
Agreed. Oh, dude, Applebee's late night.
Yeah, I gotta watch an ad. Hold on.
It's okay. I muted your computer.
I want to find. It would have been right at the end because I rage quit after.
I just hear Bob yelling.
All right, yeah, it was here. So this dumb plan, every time you pull the handles out, it opens and it reveals two colors. And then the players of those colors have to attack the plant. But no matter what we did, we couldn't get it to take damage. And if I was on the, it's me now. So I'm on the left. Sometimes it would
So
open up.
purple and green have to.
I know, but Scoot was also, hold on, let me go back a little bit. Scoot, I don't know what he was doing. He was nowhere to be seen this whole time. So every time it opened up and it was pink, like look at him right now. He's pink.
where's he going?
He's all the way at the top. It opens up and it's pink, and we're like, Scoot, right side, and he's up in Narnia, and then he goes to the left.
What is he doing?
But every time, so if I'm pulling it open on the left and then my color is on the right, there's not enough time for me to get around. There just physically isn't enough time for me to get around to hit it. And then that thing keeps hitting us too. And then look, I'm attacking it, nothing happens.
Oh, that's, yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know if it was like input lag or what, but we were stuck and yelling. Can you bring it up? I want to hear it.
If anyone knows what we're supposed to do, just tell us in the chat.
Can you hear out the speaker?
How are we the only
No, there's nothing coming through that speaker this whole episode.
Oh,
At the same
that's
time.
because there's no out.
I think it is at the same
there
time,
is.
but that's an
when we have to do
insane
monitor,
window.
Not output.
It's still outputting.
Yeah, but we are doing it though.
It was outputting earlier.
No, it's using it on mine.
Full pull. All
Pink
right.
and blue,
I
you're
don't
right
know.
there,
I
you're right
think it's
there.
just with the
Tap,
speaking
tap,
your
tap.
thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Keep going,
Hit
keep
it,
going.
It's
keep
on.
hitting
At the same
it.
time.
Keep hitting it.
Yeah.
Woo, easy.
Yeah,
We didn't struggle at all.
I could hear it when we were
Not
about to
hard.
go live. Now I can't hear anything.
Babies, honestly.
Well, I'm gonna.
So by the way,
well
if there's been sound
optimized.
bites, haven't heard a single one.
Well,
Get on the
we can hear it.
circles.
I can hear it.
Yeah, this
I do
man-
need to hear it.
This man's
no,
drunk
okay, well,
again.
I'm fixing it. Jesus.
I'm drunk.
My God. Goddamn antsy.
We're so loving and caring in this podcast.
I'm not. When I say I need to hear it,
No, I know what you mean. I'm
it just means
actively
it just
fixing
means I need to hear it. I'm not mad.
All right, play it
I'm
now.
having a good time.
Play it now.
This is a whole new setup.
And that's
No.
game. And that's game.
You shouldn't
game
have to
right there.
change anything.
I know, yeah, I know. All right,
The
wait,
speaker just stopped working.
Roll credits on that one.
We're doing good. We could beat the whole game.
It's
When we
right
went
there.
live, you were playing the music. I heard that. Yeah.
Great battery.
Can we get some dubs in the chats, please, for that epic victory?
Yeah, I'll keep going. So
There it is,
anyway,
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, you guys get it. All that came to Nintendo Online, and it's really cool, and I'm glad that it did. Then we got another JRPG.
There it is.
There we go.
Join her on a journey to save her friend.
What happened?
Sometimes you just gotta smack the side of it. You know how it goes.
It's like an LTV.
Oh, let me go back because I want to hear it.
At all.
The cable was.
This
Not all the wings. Full pull.
I
Full
wouldn't.
pull
I
on the
don't
right.
think it's the wings.
I'm just laughing at everybody calming Wood down in the chat.
I'm calm.
I don't
I'm
know, dude.
so
You're
calm.
scaring me.
I don't know why people think when I yell, I'm upset.
Yeah, I mean that's usually hand in hand
I'm
with that.
excitable.
Okay,
what-
that's fair.
I
When
could
I
never be
yell,
mad at
why do people
anybody
think
in
I'm
this room.
upset?
I hope you realize that.
I never thought that. Max knows it.
We fired Ham. So I'm good.
Yeah, we exiled him
we
to
got
the
rid of
UK
the
for some
problem.
reason.
Ham is still in UK, by the way. He
Yeah.
is not fired.
Yeah. Anyway,
No fucking idea. We were hitting it before.
I know we were.
I look so done.
yeah, you definitely are like I
If
fucking
anyone
hate
knows what we're
everybody
supposed to
right
do, just tell us in the chat.
now. That's so
How are we
funny.
the only ones?
There was another boss. I don't know if I'll find it. We were screaming, and then we finally beat it, but we died as we beat it.
Oh, that's hysterical.
I think it's somewhere over here.
towards the end.
It was before Scoot got in. So if you see a pink guy, it's before that.
Can you just jump in, or do you have to start a new game when you're?
You have to start a new game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that with Kirby's.
But can you
mirror.
can you
Oh, it was
continue
It was this.
with where
No,
you're
look
at
right.
with someone, or do you have to start a whole new game all over?
See blue on the
Who
right.
sees red?
Wait, was it that? No, I think we beat this guy. Wait, I'm not sure.
I just see blue on the right. Oh,
Bingo.
I see red on the left side.
All right, whatever.
Let's play
It doesn't
Animal
matter.
Crossing.
I died.
Why,
gotta
why do
hit
I
the
hear
top
Animal
one.
Crossing?
Because
coming
it was
from
my,
both.
my raid alert.
Oh,
The game's chaos, and it was fun. If you didn't watch it, you didn't watch it. Max, thoughts? JRPG?
I don't know. Let's talk about it for 15 minutes.
Oh, Phantom Brave, my favorite.
This is Phantom Brave, my favorite
New
JRPG of the
installment in
event.
Phantom Brave
Is it really?
series.
Nope. It looks bad.
All right, I'm sorry.
It looks like all the other ones.
A fan to blow
But
enemies
chibi.
around.
Can you just skip to the next thing? Because I give so much more of a shit about this.
Oh yeah, dude,
This is
we
amazing.
Wood, me and you have beef because of this.
Oh yeah, he told me this earlier.
I'm listening.
Marvel vs.
We have
Capcom
beef.
2, New
Wait,
Age of Heroes.
Let's lower this a little bit.
Yeah, lower that up.
So I watched your reaction video.
Which
and,
one? I made like 3.
I think it was the first one you released, the one where Scootish calls you. And
Okay.
I was watching it, and you're going through the list, and then you're like, and then some Capcom collection. Anyway, and you move on, and I'm like, and some Capcom collection.
Yeah.
Dude, this is an amazing game. And they had that whole fight, all of lockdown, about bring MVC back. And it was
Yeah.
like this whole big event with all the big, fighter game YouTubers and Twitch streamers. And
Seems like you don't
just
care.
glossed over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want from me? what do you want me
To
to say here?
acknowledge the importance of fans demanding the game to come out.
It
and
is
they
a
listen.
very big deal for this series, for everything to come.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand because I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I didn't know you just glazed over it like it didn't matter. But
Yeah, you didn't even tell me about this when we were like, you can't believe what's happening, and then you didn't tell me about this.
Yeah, this is Max. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you have this thing that you
I'm
really
very
love.
excited
I'm so
about
happy
this.
it makes you excited. I'm so happy. But this is one of those situations where
Wood's
like
I don't fucking care.
I can only love so many things. I can only be so passionate about so many things. And if I don't love a viewer's favorite thing,
A viewer, excuse me.
Yeah.
well, in this situation, you are treating me like a viewer, like you were watching my stream and you got upset that I didn't have the reaction you wanted, which I saw that.
It's not even about the reaction. It was just I'm joking.
No, I know.
It's not even about that you didn't have the reaction. It was just that you were like, and then some Capcom collection.
I know.
Anyway.
I had a lot of the comments were like, I can't believe Wood yada yada over Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I gotta be
Yeah.
honest, couldn't care less.
Wow.
I can't wear,
Couldn't,
I can't wear,
couldn't give a
folks.
stinky poop.
You heard it here, folks.
I can't wear this shirt anymore. So many people in the chat are like, "E looks really looks shirtless." I'm like, dude,
But
I
like,
look
if
like
you were, what sort of condition would that be?
yeah, for real. I look like
know.
I'm sick if
You
I'm
look
shirtless.
like old salami if you were like.
Yeah, exactly.
I am the salami man. Anyway,
Marvel vs. Capcom.
My favorite thing about this game, I used to I used to play this game with my friends on the Wii, I think. It was on Wii.
No.
it was before that. PS2.
Oh, I used to play it
PS2
with
and arcade. Yeah,
I used to play it with my
Dreamcast.
friends.
Was the big
yeah,
one.
Dreamcast.
It
2,
was
yeah.
this one I used to play because we have a meme even now when we play games together online, me and my high school friends, where we'll go, I want to take you for a ride.
Yes,
Usually like when
yeah.
we're playing
That's
like
how
Smash.
that's how they opened it up. They were like,
I
this
wanna
game's
take
gonna take you for a ride.
Yeah, I know. And on my actual live reaction to this, I was singing that the whole time. I was like, I'm gonna take you for a ride. I mean, the game is great. I mean, yeah, it's a great fighter. Yeah, cool.
So someone said, "What is the significance of Marvel vs. Capcom 2?" It's just a great game, and there was a whole thing that
So the rights, because of the movies and stuff like that, the rights were kind of like in between people's hands. So back in the, I could go into it, but Wood's gonna
TLDR
make
this
faces this whole time. But yeah, too long didn't read. Is basically that the rights were all over the place. Like somebody owned the rights to X-Men, another person owns the rights to Spider-Man. So getting Marvel vs. Capcom was difficult.
it was a political thing.
Yeah,
more than
and
anything
so
else, yeah.
I don't know how they did it, but Capcom
It's
did it.
Nintendo. I feel like that's what it is.
We did it.
We did
We
it,
did it,
boys.
guys.
We did it.
Everybody,
Wait.
stand up.
We have anything
Listen.
we can. We have any sound effects we can play? All right, I don't have a shot for. Just, there it is. More for the groin. What are we playing? I wanted like an applause or a fucking horn or something, and you just playing. There it is. Jesus. There it is.
Marvelous Capcom!
Anyway, we can move on.
Let's go crazy.
We good?
Yeah, I guess.
No, let's talk about it more.
Take down the king.
Also, I mean, yeah, the Punisher game is cool too. I'm whatever about it, but cool.
I want to take you for a ride.
It's just cool to give some love for that game.
Yeah, the last time it was released, like at all, was on 360.
That's crazy. That's so long ago.
It is a long time
That's
ago.
2 consoles ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they came out with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but that game sucked.
Yeah, but that was still on 360.
No, that was newer. That came out like 3 years ago.
Nope.
I'm goofing and
Look it
gaffing.
up. It did not come out 3 years
I
ago.
had it for
Came out-
PS5.
You do not have Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for
Crossover to the
PS5.
museum, view artwork.
I'll bet money
Oh
right now.
boy, no one cares.
Yeah, honestly. We're gonna move on.
I'm playing around. I'm very happy. Everybody is happy. When watching this, I had no idea this was in some kind of development hell. I've been playing these games in arcades every time I go to an arcade.
Yes.
Even now as an adult, I had no idea people have been waiting to play this again. I think I have this for 360 in my collection.
Yeah.
Well, if you do,
when
apparently it's worth a lot of money.
Huh?
I said if you do, apparently it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, people in the chat
Well-
are saying that they never thought these would be re-released, so the Xbox version and stuff was going for like hundreds.
Okay, so it came out.
I had no idea about any of that. So when I saw this
Yeah.
live, I went, "Oh, cool! Another fighting game on the Switch."
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out in 2011. So I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah. Also, I have that
3
one.
years
I have
ago.
that one too on 360. I think.
Sorry, guys. I'm learning.
Is that on 360? It feels
yes,
old.
yes, it is.
Yeah. Anyway,
Mario Party Jamboree.
so I thought this was a DLC. I didn't know it was a standalone.
It looks
game.
like one, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, to be fair, they'd used the same Super Mario Party font from Super Mario Party. So it does look like DLC, I suppose.
Yeah, I thought it was an add-on for the game.
So Super Mario Party on Switch, the first one, sucked. It was very
Yes,
bad. It
people
wasn't
didn't like
fun.
it,
Nobody
yes.
liked it. If you liked it, you're lying. They made Mario Party Superstars, and that was awesome because that was like traditional Mario Party going back to its roots and being actually fun again. It was like a remake of a lot of old Mario Party games smushed into one game. This is a whole new thing, Super Mario Party Jamboree, but it looks like they've gone back to their roots with the gameplay. It looks like traditional boards with wacky premises and mechanics, and it's just you going around on your own, not in some big go-kart car with everybody else that's playing the game. Because here's what they did with Mario Party. Mario Party, to begin with, was a board game where you played with individual characters, just like individual pieces, like in Monopoly, and you take your turn, and then you wait for the next turn. But starting with Mario Party, either 8 or 9, I believe 9, Nintendo were like, Nintendo didn't like that for the last 8 Mario Parties. Once you make your turn, you zone out for the next, like, 10 minutes. While you wait for the 3 other players to take their turn, you'll probably, like, be on your phone, or you'll be looking at something else, or you're just kind of waiting to have your turn.
Yeah.
So Nintendo were like, how do we make it so you're invested the entire time, so you never look away and every moment of the game is exciting? And their answer for that was to put you all in the same vehicle, all in the same car, so
Or a boat or
everybody's
whatever,
role
yeah.
affected you because
Yeah.
you would move with them, and you had to see where you ended up. But it sucked because it took all of the individual play out of the game. It took all the individual strategy out of the game, and it became like a big. Every
was a
map was
group,
almost co-op.
yeah.
It was a group.
Yeah. And then they did Mario Party 10, right?
Yeah, and
And
that
that was good. People like that.
I think Mario Party 10 was also co-op though, no?
It was mixed. You could
No.
do one-on-one, you could do co-op, and then you could do group as well.
Okay.
So like it had like.
Are you sure? It was 10.
Sure.
I think 10 was all co-op. I think it had other modes, but if you wanted to play the actual board game, I think it was still just co-op.
They didn't have one-on-one.
No, I don't think so. Or one on four or four alls or whatever you call it.
This looks cool. Up
Anyway,
to 20 players, that looks cool.
Yeah, this is like back to its roots. The mini games, it's 110 mini games. It's like more mini games than ever. They've even added 2 old maps, so you have 5 new ones and 2 old ones, which is 7 total and more than the other games had recently. Which is good for variation because I get so bored of playing the 5 same maps all the time.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of Super Mario Party. Is that not what we're talking?
Super Mario Party, I can't remember why I didn't like that one, to be honest, offhand. I just know it wasn't good. And I know like almost every mini game was motion controlled, and like with like you couldn't use just a controller. You had to use one Joy-Con.
It's Mario Party Superstars.
That's the good one.
That's the good one. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the one that it was a remake of old Mario Parties.
Yes. That's what I'm talking
This
about.
is a
Sorry.
new Mario Party that has gone back to the old style, like Superstars, And they have 110 mini games, and the mini games are a mix of actually playing a game with a controller like normal, and also there are some motion controlled ones in there, which that's okay. I don't mind some motion control ones. Like this one here actually looks really cool. And then there's also, they said, more modes than ever before.
That's cool.
So they have this 20-player mode online where you race around a massive circuit with 20 people, which is really cool. And then they just start showing a bunch of other modes, but they don't really talk about what they are. But just so many modes.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Like I like that they're giving a little bit of a lot of variety actually.
I'm really interested in this one. It might.
Oh,
honestly,
you can cut eggplants, bro.
You can cut eggplants. Duh. I'm gonna cut. You know the eggplant emoji?
I'm gonna cut your eggplant.
It means penis.
That was the latest
Anyway,
Mario Party series. Super Mario
playing
Party.
Are you
Yes.
Max, can we take a second?
What?
How are you feeling?
I do not give a shit about Mario Party at all.
Well, how do you feel about today's episode?
Great.
We in high spirits?
Am I not being louder?
I'm
than
worried that
usual?
people are gonna think that we actually fought today.
No, we're not fighting.
We got so
I'm
close
smiling.
last week when it was just you and me and Kim, and we had to figure this all out on our own. I felt that was bonding.
Yeah.
And
I
Max,
feel like I'm being called out now.
Max,
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too, Wood.
Okay, I'll go fuck myself.
E,
Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
E, put a shirt on.
Kim,
I thought I was.
You're all right.
just you wait. Just you wait till we get home.
That's terrifying.
That sounds bad. It was true.
Mildly
It was supposed to be like Mario and Luigi brothership.
Oh.
Sexy.
Are you guys brothers?
All right. I don't know what I'm doing here.
The Mario and Luigi hats stay on.
20-player online gameplay.
I never take it off.
Stop. Anyway,
Wait till you see my one up.
fucking. Can you hear that?
I can, yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Oh, baby, what is this now?
Oh,
Ooh, here it
Zelda
comes.
Legends of the Echo of Link. So this opens up, and I was doing the same thing I did in the Metroid reveal. I was like, is this Link to the Past 3? Is
Or Link's
this
Awakening
Link's
2?
Awakening 2?
That's what I thought it was at
Yeah,
first,
that's what I
yeah.
was bouncing between.
Yeah.
Because they've used like the Link's Awakening art style that they created for the remake, which is another reason why I was confused in Metroid. It was the same reason that I was confused in both, because they're using clearly the same engine.
Yeah, they're like, all right, what do we do? We made it. How do we make it again? Yeah. But it looks cool. I mean,
Yeah, they do a little bit of a fakey-dakey where you see Link and he's fighting Ganon. I assume that's
and
Ganon.
Zelda's chilling. That's
And
definitely-
Zelda's
that's
chilling.
Pig
You know, like
Ganon.
this is like the end of every Zelda game right here.
Yes.
You know, you're fighting Ganon. He explodes. Now, I'll say that the storytelling feels a little rushed here, so I hope it's more fleshed out.
Is this related to the other
This has to
Legend
be
of
Link's,
Zelda that-
Link's Awakening. Because
Right?
it's the same style.
Yeah. Is it a sequel?
So that's why I was confused, because they did Link to the Past, then they did Between Worlds.
Yes.
And this is still in that vein where I could have seen this being the third game in that series.
Yeah, same.
And then they have Link's Awakening,
the remake,
which was done in this this exact style,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. Is it going to be like the same map? Like that's kind of
No,
what
this
it
is
was.
I
this
think
is a
so.
whole new game.
Yeah,
I see.
it's a
It's
brand
all
new. It's not
new.
DLC. It's not added on. It's a brand new
It is
thing.
Zelda's own game, fully from scratch,
Yeah.
all new. It's a little confusing when you see it at first, because it's so similar to other things. Usually Zelda, when you get a new Zelda, it's always a new art style, and it's
Yeah.
not one that you've seen before. And
Yeah.
especially for Zelda's first game, you would think they would do something completely different.
Yeah.
Again, maybe even like some wacky 2D cartoony. I don't know,
like the CDI games.
like the CDI games.
Well, they're comparing this to that because they're like,
because Zelda's playable in that.
well, but yeah, and they're like, what is it? Small steps with giants, like, and it just shows like the CDI Zelda like behind this chibi Zelda. It's actually really funny. They're even doing that. I mean, I'll say for this game, I mean, if you want to keep playing it, we can. I'll say I'm interested as to what this game is going to be, but when I realized it was like a puzzler, I was like, all right, whatever.
No, that's actually where it won me over.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because at first I was thinking about it, because they were like, we don't want to have Zelda just attacking like Link, because that's no different to any other Zelda game.
All right, relax. What are you doing?
I'm just turning it up for me.
You were turning it up for me. Jesus Christ.
Relax, man.
Shit. I was
He's trying to sabotage the show.
I
back
love
there.
everyone here. Okay, chat.
Apparently
We're all
not.
happy.
Already getting tinnitus. Anyway.
Because to be honest, we have a lot of these 2D Zeldas where you just, you attack and you go through the game as normal, solving puzzles with a sword. And like, I don't honestly know if I need another one of those. Like we kind of had Link's Awakening somewhat recently.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if I need another one of those, and I also don't know if I need my first game where I play as Zelda to just be a clone game,
A Zelda game.
of a Zelda game.
A Link game.
Of a Link game.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really happy they tried to rethink the gameplay, but where they won me over was it feels like the Tears of the Kingdom mentality of here's a traditional style Zelda game, this time in 2D, where we've put puzzles and enemies around the world, but it is completely up to you how you solve these puzzles, how you attack the enemies, how you get around the game, how you finish the game. It's the same mentality that they had in Tears of the Kingdom that I love so much. So here we see Zelda, she can clone anything in the game, essentially. She cloned a table, and she used that as a platform, but you can also clone boxes, or you can clone like a cube of water or beds, and you can use all of those as platforms. It's however your brain wants to interact and get around the world, which also tells me, traditionally in these Zelda games, these 2D Zelda games, you're locked out of certain areas. Like you can't get up here, you can't get around here. But maybe in this game, you can actually tackle it in any order. You can do dungeons in any order you want. You can explore the world any order you want. And that's way more freeing to me than being stuck in, oh, I'm stuck for 7 hours because I didn't bring the chicken to the old man so that I could get the hat so that I could fly across the gap.
I thought this was cool how you can
Yeah, and this was the
enemies.
moment where I turned around because I was like, oh, is there no combat at all? I hate that.
Yeah.
But-
That's what I was worried about. It's like, oh, is it just
Yeah.
a puzzler? Like, that's cool for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that, it's like, all right, what's
But no,
next?
you can clone enemies and you can pit them against other enemies. You can clone what looked like a sharp thing from a dungeon, like a spiral thing,
Yeah, the spiky thing.
and then use that. I'm curious how many things you can have cloned at any given time. Like, can you have like an inventory of 10 things ready to go? Is it like the whole
Is it
inventory?
an endless thing? Or
Is
do
it
you have a
endless?
limited amount
Yeah.
of things you can clone?
Like you can only have like, I'd say like any less than 5 would be a little annoying.
I think it's more than that.
It would
seems
have to
like,
be
because
more than
that
that.
list looked like definitely over that. number.
that I'm still waiting to see more because that list makes the gameplay seem kind of janky.
Go back a little bit. People were like losing their mind over the fact that the two Zoras were talking, like the two different Zoras were talking to each other, like from different timelines. There was like the Link's Awakening time Zora, and there was like the Ocarina of Time Zoras talking to each other. People were commenting all over that on Twitter.
To touch on the abilities or the clones, he said that he hasn't even counted all of the cloning yet. He doesn't know how many items you can clone, which tells me that they're essentially implying that there's a lot.
Yeah, I think it's the next guy right there. Yeah, people were like, oh, and the Deku too. Having
Yeah,
that's like
interesting.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. This game does look kind of fun, but Zelda is so cool in Super Smash Brothers, and she has so many cool moves. And to be honest, I'd kind of rather play as
A
her.
fighter?
Not a fighter, but like
She
Like
does-
it'd be cool if she like learned magic and then she like had a teleport move, just like those moves that she has in Smash Brothers. Like maybe it's not as combat heavy and more like ability
I
heavy.
see what you mean. I agree in a way.
And it's kind of getting frustrating that they're taking these like mainstay like female protagonists from like, who are usually the damsel in distress, and then they're like, yeah, but they can't fight. Or or they need like a special thing, and they don't fight because they're girls, and it's kind
You're
of like
saying it would be cool if they had like a Zelda X Chic style game where it was
Yeah.
like almost ninja-esque where they're doing stuff.
I
something,
almost- I
you
mean,
know,
they
I
said-
think she could kick ass.
They
you know? It
said
would
they
be
didn't
fun.
want her to fight because it would be similar to Link, but I almost wonder if it's an image protection thing because
I think it could be that too.
if they do make Zelda any instance of Zelda like, oh, she can take care of herself, she can fight, she can blah blah blah.
But she can fight
then,
in Smash.
Then that,
But that doesn't
but that's
count.
a separate thing.
Yeah.
But then if she can do that, if she's that badass, it kind of does take away the whole point of the Zelda series, which is Link is her appointed protector.
Yeah.
And that she's a princess, but she's In the new game, she's kick-ass. She's like powerful. She has her own ambitions and wants, and they've really fleshed out her character. But she still can't wield a sword and fight. Like that's not her character.
It's like a thing if they made a standalone Sheik game and I could see that being like a Ninja Gaiden type of thing. Where
that you could do that. You could do a
Shinobi
Sheik
kind of thing.
Very different.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always had this idea of like a Legend of Zelda game because you know how Link is blonde, right, and Zelda's blonde. Like, what if everybody's like, oh, Princess Zelda, you have to wait
to dye your hair.
No, you have to wait for for Link or whatever to come save you. It's been told, for centuries that he's gonna come save you, and she's gonna be like, screw this, I'll do it myself.
And she's like,
and then eventually she puts on the tunic, and everybody's like, oh, that's not Link, that's Zelda.
That's Linkle.
You know what I mean?
They could do a Zelda game.
Where she's like the only playable character.
Zelda is always Link being reincarnated, and then the Zelda being reincarnated, and then having to fight Ganon again. They could do a game where it gets switched and they both get reincarnated, but like Zelda is like, it's essentially a female Link, but it's Zelda and she's the one that ends up wielding a sword, and then Link's the one that needs saving.
Yeah, or what if there's just no Link and the kingdom needs saving and Zelda steps up?
That kind of goes against, I think it goes against, and I could be wrong, the canon of the universe, which is there's always a Link, there's always a Zelda, and there's always a Ganon, and they always get reincarnated. I mean, sure, you could add a story where like, oh, Link never showed up, but I like the idea of there being a Link, but his role just isn't the same. It's just like flipped.
And that's what they basically did here.
Yeah.
They've made him the... I feel like, do you think they could...
I guess it is what they've done here.
Yeah, do you think they could also make it where you do have to play as Link as well at points, or do you think you just...
People are suggesting you play as Link, and I think that could be the case because he's on the box art.
Yeah.
He could also be on the box art because they didn't want to release a Zelda game without Link on the box art because they still want to get money.
Yeah. Especially considering how the solo Peach game did.
How did it do?
Not good.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Well, also the game was kind of... It was like a little baby. It
It
was a little baby
made
bad
for
game.
small children. So
It's
small
not like-
children
yeah.
liked it and no one else. But
How many sales did that game have?
Look it up.
Someone look up Princess Peach Showtime sales. I'm actually curious about that. I'll say to Max's point, we've been wanting a game where we play as Zelda for a while, and the Zelda we've had for the last 10 years or 8 years has been this really cool Zelda in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. We've kind of grown to love her and find her badass, and kind of hope that we get to play her in those games. So that's kind of what we wanted, and now all of a sudden we get this chibi Zelda who's hooded in a robe, who you can't really even see, can't really even tell that it's Zelda. It could honestly just be Link with a wand. And it's not like Link hasn't used a wand before. I'm pretty sure Oracle of Seasons and Ages is all about using a friggin' wand. But she just can't do anything else, and she just has a wand, and you can barely see her. So I kind of get what you're saying with we finally have a Zelda game. Yeah. But you barely see Zelda, and she's not super badass or kick-ass or anything, and she's just waving around a wand.
And there were rumors about her being the co-op character in Tears of the Kingdom, and I don't know. I think that could be cool. I think that they work together, or she doesn't show up until you plug in the second controller or something. I don't know. I think giving Zelda a
what
bigger
if you could
role...
clone Link and then use him like an attack?
Oh my god.
That might be a thing. It sold May 7th. They updated it. It was. Oh, I thought my mic was on side.
Nope.
1.22 million copies since March. So in 2 months they did over 1 million copies. Which is not
I'd say that's
terrible.
bad.
Yeah,
I would say that's pretty good.
I was
Peach
expecting
only
less.
In 2 months, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It probably peter out around 2-3 million like Metroid did. But for a spin-off game, that's a baby game.
yeah, I
That's
just
not too
remember it
bad.
not being reviewed very positively at all.
And lest we forget the Zelda Special Edition Switch that we're getting.
I want this. I want that Switch Lite. It looks so cool.
I kind of wish it was a regular Switch and not a Switch Lite, but there's only
same.
2 official from Nintendo Switch Lite.
Did we talk about this once before? We were there's only 2 versions of the Switch Lite. I'm surprised they didn't make any special editions.
They're
of
both.
it.
Well, the Switch Lite has different colors, 4 or 5 different colors, and then they have 2 Pokemon special editions, and that's it.
Yeah.
This one looks so
So
cool.
now there's a Zelda one, and it's awesome. They just made it gold, and they put the badge on the back.
It's the same as
and it's the same as the 3DS.
Yeah.
Is
Exactly.
it gonna? You guys think it's gonna be the same price? Because they're
Yeah,
they
it'll
go
be
for
the same price.
130 now, 150.
It's gonna be $200.
I
It'll be the same price.
would get.
It'll cost whatever a Switch Lite costs.
I wouldn't get it just for the fact that like if we know the new one's coming out, and I don't want to deal with buying another one, but I know you're gonna get it, Wood.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it because I'm an idiot. We could skip Just Dance. We had Lego Horizon Adventure.
This is the first game that's a Sony crossover.
Yeah, Sony game on Switch.
Crazy.
The
There's
game
2
actually
games, yeah.
looks kind of beautiful for a Lego game.
Yeah.
It looks like Horizon, but in Lego. They did a really good job. I like Lego games. I'm not like super into them and need to play every one, but I might check this out when it comes out just because it's a cool collaboration.
I think there's co-op with it too, maybe.
Yeah, Lego games always have co-op.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to play with.
By the way, I think somebody in the chat said I think there was also a Animal Crossing Switch Lite.
Was there?
Yeah, there was actually.
It had like the leaves.
It
on
was
the back.
very basic.
It wasn't super.
It was
special.
just like a leaf in the corner or something, and then it was like a normal color, I think.
Yeah, it was still the pink and blue. I think.
You are right. That almost felt like they were just trying to get rid of stock.
Yeah.
And they just put a little label
Slap
on
something
it.
on there, baby.
But you are right. I did forget about that one. Stray coming to Switch.
Another PlayStation.
Another PlayStation. Well, it wasn't.
It's Sony Studios.
It is?
Is this not? I thought this was exclusively to Sony.
It is exclusively a PlayStation. It was exclusively a PlayStation game. I don't know if it was Sony.
If we look, if
It's
we
on
see
PC
the, if we see the
I don't
title
think
drop,
it was.
it'll show.
I don't think it was Sony Studios though. I
maybe
just
not,
think it was
okay.
a developer who made the game, and it was only on PlayStation to begin with.
It's also on PC.
But it was on.
I think PlayStation just paid extra to
they had
get
the
it on the
exclusivity.
console.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I could be wrong. It's made by Annapurna.
Annapurna. They make a lot
Interactive.
of stuff. They make a lot of games.
More like
Annapurna.
No.
I think it's Annapurna.
It looks butt ugly on Switch. It looks really bad. I
It
can't
does.
believe how ugly it looks. This game is gorgeous on PlayStation. Obviously, cramming it on the Switch is going to have low resolution and stuff. I would highly recommend playing this anywhere else because the game isn't that fun. Like, it's you're playing as a cat, and that's the gimmick, and there's fun in that. The actual game is super basic and rudimentary, especially like the stealth parts and really any of the gameplay. Really what it's about is playing as a cat, and the game is gorgeous. And you're losing the game is gorgeous by playing it this way, so you just have the game as a cat. It's not bad, and I like when people get a chance to play a game that they can't play otherwise if they have no other option. Giving people the accessibility is always great. I'm just saying... Maybe play it.
It's like the
somewhere else.
Game Boy Advance version of a GameCube game. It's like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
kinda.
Kim, does this stress you out? Because I remember you were saying in Monster Hunter, the
Yeah,
cats
I didn't
dying
play this
stresses you
'cause
out.
I was
Did you
worried.
watch me play it at all?
No.
It's only like 5 hours or 6 hours long or something.
Yeah, but that
it's
cat's
real
in
short.
constant danger.
Yeah, I was concerned about the
The
cat,
story of
so
that
I
game
didn't
is
play it.
actually so sad.
Yeah,
so
I'm out.
this little cat
Don't
is you
spoil
see the little cat with its friends at the start here.
Oh,
So
yeah,
its friends
yeah.
have already made this jump.
Yeah,
and
they
then you
showed
see the
him.
friend in the corner there waiting for him.
Yeah.
And then he jumps, and then he falls,
Yeah.
and then his friends look at him like, "Where you going, buddy?" And the whole game is about
Is him
trying to
just
get back to
his
your friends.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the whole game is
What
trying
a
to get back to
terrible
your
frame
little
to
cat
pause on,
yeah,
dude.
why would you? Oh.
It's so sad.
No.
And
Somebody help the baby.
and he looks like Simey too.
No, he's too.
He's skinny, but he's
not
orange.
fluffy enough. Well, Siamese thin. He's just mostly hair.
Oh, Kim, look at your game. Welcome home, Hobbit. Kim says I
buddy.
have Hobbit feet.
Ew.
You do.
I think
Gross.
they're normal feet. They're just
Hairy
a
on the
little
top,
hairy.
My friend. Look like
She
you're
says I
gonna
have
throw a ring in
hairy
a mouth.
knuckles on my feet.
Gross.
You have knuckles on your feet?
Yep. Like Sonic and Knuckles.
Let's cut to the feet cam.
Oh yeah,
Show
we
the
have that now.
tootsies.
You can't see my feet anymore. This show
is
isn't a foot show anymore.
I was waiting for people to say, "Hey, where's
Yeah.
where's the feet? I need your toes."
Bring it back. There's my foot. First episode with no feet.
How do you feel?
Good, because now I can start charging for him.
Yeah.
This is Kim's favorite game of the event,
This is not.
the Hobbit Hole.
Listen, I'm mad about this one.
Why are you
Yeah.
mad?
Quite mad.
Why are you
because
big mad?
everything in this game looks good, except the characters.
Yeah.
Why are they so ugly?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
weird.
Why?
Shitty.
Yeah, they look
They're-
hideous.
I skipped through this.
Every time I see a new one, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I agree.
This is not good. But like,
No.
look how pretty everything else looks. Why did you do this?
Yeah.
I think this is essentially like Animal Crossing / Stardew, but like hobbits.
Oh, she's terrifying.
Oh, they get worse and worse as it goes. It's very bad.
Yeah, and can't some hobbits wear shoes? Or like top?
No,
They
Gandalf
all-
wears shoes.
they
What
all
are those
could-
things called? The like Spanx, where it's like just the
They
top
could
of your
all
foot
wear
color?
shoes. I don't think there's any law. I don't think a hobbit dies if he puts on a croc.
Well, let's put some Crocs on these goddamn hobbits. They're
It's not
nasty.
sponsored. We can't do that. They don't
Cover
have
those
that.
dogs up
Yeah,
for free.
dude.
For free,
For
Bilbo.
free? Is that? I don't think OnlyFans was there during the Hobbit times, unless Gandalf was trying to make some extra spread. You know.
I did see some legitimate hype for this game, believe it or not. A lot of people
Yeah.
saying that this was the one they were most excited for.
This is the game that we had talked about with.
We did talk about it. I think weirdly a lot of people
With
saw
Liz,
it
we
for the
talked about it
first
with
time
Liz.
in this
Yeah.
event, and they were like, "Why didn't Wood talk about that?" Like, yeah, we've seen it. I've been talking about it.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat said, as soon as the sock merch drops, it's not a foot show anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Look,
Y'all gotta pay.
the sock pays homage to the first 101 episodes.
Somebody says, what about $100 Patreon tier? And there's just they
foot
get
cam?
that foot cam. Yeah.
They get
I-
one
if-
stream of the foot cam that's going just to Patreon the whole time.
I will not even wear shoes.
Whoa, Hobbit feet.
For $100 on Patreon, a tier where we just have a foot cam, and then what would we release a separate episode
A
cut
totally separate stream.
that
Yeah.
every now and then it just cuts to my feet?
No, it's
just
just
No, the
your
whole thing is-
the
It's
whole
just
thing's
my
just
feet.
your
just you,
yeah.
the bottom. You hear everything.
And we can watch them
There's-
at the
it's
same
like
time.
the room microphone, so you're barely hearing the show, and
Yeah.
it's just your toesies. And then like you got to remember like every couple minutes to start playing
Oh
with
my
your
God.
like just like twist.
Can we do a
your feet
poll?
around.
I'll do a poll.
Yeah, do
Oh
it.
my
Go
God.
for it. Yeah.
Who wants a foot
Who
cam?
wants a foot stream?
I
A
kind of love the
Patreon
idea.
only foot stream.
Yeah.
What a time! What a time to be alive, guys.
Do you want a Patreon only foot stream for 100 a month? Now, I want to say that only my feet,
Yes.
just my
Well, yeah,
feet.
that was
Just your
very
feet.
clear.
I'm
I
not
think.
roping in anybody else's
Nobody
footsies
else
here.
is getting the dogs out. I don't
Do you want a
think.
Patreon only foot stream for $100 a month? That makes sense?
Yeah. And I tagged the Patreon too, so people can.
If we get enough, this is vote yes, by the way, if you're going to pay for it. Don't
We're
vote
gonna
yes.
hold it against. We can see who votes,
I
and
was
we will
about
hold
to
it
ask that.
against
Is it
you.
anonymous?
No, we
The,
will hold it
Oh my
the
against
God.
nose can win here.
No,
That's
it is
okay.
anonymous.
Nose can win by 99%. But if the yes
if we get, like,
category
a
has
20
50
percenter,
people
yeah.
saying they would pay $100 for foot, I will do it.
We got 800 people watching the stream right now, so like I could see half of them being like, "Yeah, I want to see them hooves." You know what I mean?
I would, if there's enough people saying yes, I will consider it.
If you say no, you're not a real fan.
60,
Hey,
70.
dude, yo, it's close. 65% was
There's
lower
70,
than I thought for the
there's
nose.
70 votes right now. 30% yes. That's 30 people would pay $100
Wow.
for a
That's
foot stream.
pretty good. We could upgrade a lot in here. If
That's
we had
3,000. Is that three?
That's three grand.
That's $3,000 extra a
Yeah.
month. That's why those girls do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody
Are you
wants
joking?
toesies.
You get 50 people to pay $100 a month. You get $5,000 extra just for the hell of it.
Dude, we could do so much with that.
And then like,
What could we do with that?
we're figuring it out right now.
We could get
It's-
Sony FXs.
Don't fuck with me because I want to upgrade all this stuff right now, man.
I kind
We
of
get
want a
some
Sony
We
FX.
just get some FX6s and we just.
We get FS6s. We could hire someone else for, like, I don't know, camera cutting or research or something.
Well, so what we could do, we can get PTZs, which are like the RoboCams. We can just have moving cameras built in here, so people are moving the cameras just off like a controller. That's some.
we
cool
could get
shit.
like drone footage in here.
What?
Someone flying a drone around the
With
whole
these
episode.
7.5 foot tall ceilings,
It's just
like
all you hear is
the whole time.
stream.
113 votes in, 30% still saying yes. So now that's like 40 people. So now
This
we're
might
up to
have to be something.
$4,000 now.
Y'all better
Well,
listen.
I mean,
if y'all really want it, we can make it happen. It's very
That is very easy to do.
yeah, very easy. And like I said, it's a separate stream. That is
Yeah.
only going to Patreon. It's a foot stream.
So what I would
it's
do-
just a camera of your feet.
So what I would do if I was a viewer is I would load up both streams and put the
Exactly.
foot stream next to it.
Yeah, try to
Yes.
time it out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Let's do it.
And we could do special events. So like Halloween, we
my
could
God,
like
wait.
decorate it with little pumpkins
I was
down
gonna
there.
say, can we
this
Can
is
we-
going so far.
can we get a nail stylist to like be
Oh, I can
down
do
there
it.
with you?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's not okay. If we have a shot of Kim down on the ground just painting your toenails, that's the
Gross.
Christmas stream, and we
Oh my
have like.
God.
Christmas
is
stream.
too
We have a
far.
little mini Christmas tree next to my toes.
Oh my god!
We
We
could
make
do
a little
we could do
nativity
a-
scene.
We could do a pool.
And your
and-
big toe is Jesus.
Oh my god.
we could do a
Nick
pool,
in the
like a
chat
pool-
said, "I'll pay $100 to not see feet."
we could do a spa stream.
Oh yeah, you
Where,
can
like,
do
a little
jelly
spa- a
stuff.
little- a
The
little
weird
hot tub.
jelly stuff.
Jelly
Little stones,
stuff.
Yeah,
little stones.
there's a jelly
I don't
pedicure
wanna
that like
see
turns
Hobbit
to jelly,
feet.
so you can like.
Okay. I'm thinking like a
That's a
little
whole
hot
thing.
tub and like put my toes in a bikini.
Oh my gosh.
That would
Oh
be
my god! Ooh,
incredible.
put little inner tubes on your toes, do different faces on them, so it looks like they're floating in there.
We could do episodes where they're Nintendo themed. Like if like a Metroid comes out, we do like all
We could do a
Metroid
tier
toenails.
list on which people like your toes and which people don't.
Oh, tier list my toes.
Tier list your toes. It's a 10
Pinky
list.
toe.
All right.
Which pinky toe? I'm thinking S tier.
Okay. Which one?
The left one. The right one's kind of crooked.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
And it has a bunion on it. Imagine like
Time to move
imagine
on. Time
you
to move
finally
on. It's
get
over. The
Go
joke's
throw
over.
up.
we get
We're gonna
like,
do it.
we
If
get-
someone legitimately does it, we have to make that tier now. It's
Imagine we
happening.
get like 50 people in the tier. They all want it so bad. Then they see my feet the first time. It's all like bunions and scabs.
Like, oh,
and-
fuck, dude,
Like, the
never
worst.
mind. I take it back. Take it back.
No, I have nice feet. I have very nice feet.
According to Kim, you don't.
Yeah, you have Hobbit feet.
Listen,
No,
some people
I-
might be into
Kim's
that,
wrong.
you know?
My feet are like a little hairy, but like for Patreons, I would trim them.
You would
I
shave.
take
I'm
my
sorry, but the
vote
fact you
back,
have to
I'm getting
trim there is part of
Trim
the
is
problem, dude.
terrifying. The word trim suggests there's
Yeah.
way more hair.
It's
It's
not.
like if you were like, they're a little cheesy.
I want to
but who
get them
knows?
out and show you now, but now that money's on the
no,
line,
no,
I
no,
want to
because
save them.
then
Not
it's-
for
there's
free,
no-
not-
I know, I know, I
Never
know,
for
I know,
free.
I know. Okay.
70%. There's 70% said no,
No.
30 said yes. How many votes?
150 now,
Holy shit.
which is like 50
people.
people.
So
which
we'd
is
be making an extra
$5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month just for your toes. The internet is fucked.
I might finally make some money on this podcast.
Wow.
Me too. Anyway,
I've literally lost money so far
so
since I
we've
took it
gotten
over.
rid of guests. We've changed the setup. You're gonna show your feet. What else is next? Like shit, we're running out of things to do.
No, I'll find something.
That's very, you're very true.
The person that said I would pay 100 to not see the feet, just don't. Yeah, it's Patreon only.
Yeah. So you
Don't pay the 100. In fact, pay me
They
the
can
100
pay the
then.
100 and then don't watch.
And
Do we have
don't
super
look at
chats?
it.
Pay the super chat. There's super chat for $100.
Yeah, super chat me $100. I promise you'll never have to see my feet.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it. Anyway.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Tales of
What game were we
Shire.
on before
Tales of Shire, the Hobbit feet.
this? Oh, right, that's why we
made
were
by
talking about feet.
Private
Okay.
Division, actually, the people that made Outer Worlds.
Oh yeah, they made yeah.
Phoenix Wright and the case of Ace Attorney.
How do you feel about this?
I don't care.
I'd be the same.
This is a Marvel vs.
I
Capcom
didn't grow
situation
up
for
with,
me.
with Phoenix Wright. It doesn't really matter
I
to
haven't
me.
played any
More like
of them,
Phoenix
and I
You're
might
wrong.
play this, but other than that, I don't really have like.
You might
I
like
think
this
it's cool
game.
that they're bringing
Yeah, I've
these
been
over.
wanting to play it. I just didn't want to get out the DS to play it.
Well, now
Yeah.
you don't have to.
I don't have to now. So.
Yeah, I think it's cool that they're bringing all these over. I mean, I think they're perfect portable games. So
Max has 2 more favorites in this event.
the JRPG,
The 100-line
The
Last
Jerpins.
Defense Academy. This is made by the people that made the Dangan Rangan
The
games.
Tengen Rangens.
And I actually was totally in on the art style, the concept, the vibes, until they showed the gameplay. And I was like, well, I don't have to play every game. So I'm going to do a skippy on that one. But happy for the Dangan Rangan Romper fans. And then we got Romancing Saga 2. I will say out of all the JRPGs in this event, this is the only one. Oh, no, I would play Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest,
This was the
yeah.
only one that caught my eye as far as, well, okay, it doesn't look that bad. Still wouldn't play it, though.
Yeah.
So,
Mixed.
Romance of this saga,
Ooh,
if
he
you know
looks,
what
he
I
looks
mean.
creepy.
And then we already talked about Metroid. But here it
last
is.
thing.
This is the moment.
What a great time. Put the volume on.
You know what? Actually, I will bring up. I'll bring up ARLO'S reaction. Have you seen that?
No,
Is it amazing?
It's pretty funny, yeah.
It's great.
it's just a puppet bouncing around.
No, he never does face cam for his reaction. It's always just audio.
It's always audio, which kind of makes it even more funny.
Yeah, because we know who Arlo is, and we're like, oh, it's great.
Because also, and I said this on my stream, but because he doesn't have a face cam, I feel like he knows he has to go over the top with audio.
1000%.
Because if he goes quiet for even a second, it seems like he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Whereas when I go quiet, when I'm reacting, I can have like a big goofy face, like I'm
Yeah.
speechless. He
Yeah.
can't do speechless.
Yeah.
So he's got to always be making noise. Oh, did I just click on this ad?
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
piss.
There we go.
He's always going to be making noise, which
Yeah.
I think means, and also he knows that his reactions when he does stuff like that go viral.
Yeah.
So he definitely leans into it. But this reaction was funny because people are now calling him.
We don't know about the Acura RDX. Come on, man. Go back
People
to
are now calling him the man afraid of green text.
What?
So, so Arlo is terrified of green text, and
More for like what it is, or it's
no, just play into this. Arlo, the character or the person, is terrified of green text.
okay.
That's almost everything for today's Nintendo.
I'll put 'em more. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Holy shit! Can you go back? You just
Yeah,
gotta
I
get-
can, yeah.
Holy shit! Let's play that at full blast. We can all
I
hear it
told
together.
you he's scared of green text.
Holy shit! That's ridiculous.
Oh my
Oh my god. Was that it?
That's
Was that-
funny.
No, there's more. I mean, he does the whole reaction, but
Someone needs to subtitle this.
he's kind of speechless right now.
This just makes me want to have him more
Now-
on this, even more so.
I will say that
So funny.
it's kind of hard for me to not picture him. I know he's a puppet,
Yeah.
but he's also a man.
We've met him in
To
real life.
picture a full-grown man sitting there, and I know what he looks like,
Same.
going,
Like knowing he has to go all out.
like a
and he
little
has
anime
to-
girl.
And he has no face cam for him to react that way. Like, you think he took 2 takes? You
No,
think he
this
was like, I gotta
was-
go harder.
This was his live reaction.
Oh, he was live doing
He
it?
was live, yeah.
right here. You can scan. That's the first thing they show you is you can scan. This isn't real.
But yeah, anyway, the best part is when he scattered the green text.
Sure. That is amazing. That is amazing.
On
That's
Twitch,
ridiculous.
if I can find it, I was talking about this with my chat yesterday, and I was like, I can't. I'm a visual person. Like when I read a book, I picture what's happening in the book.
Sure.
I don't just read the words.
You're visual, yeah.
So I
What
tried
does
to
Arlo's
reenact kind of what I felt like maybe was happening.
Dude, what the fuck? That's amazing. Are you watching his reaction? Or are you just...
That's his noises. I'm just like,
Oh, that's amazing.
That is definitely how he's reacting.
it has to be.
Yeah.
Wait, are you making those noises?
Yeah, he's like...
I started making
he's
my own
editing it.
noises,
That's
but
really
they're
funny.
very similar to his noises.
Yeah,
to
no, they
be
are. It's
fair.
very funny.
There's his part to Zelda honestly seemed like he was climaxing.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I
I
just
heard
cannot
that
believe
too.
all
That's what
the
people in the
storms
chat are
we've gone
saying.
through.
Turn the ad off.
His
I
Zelda
only hope
clip.
it
I
was-
I
so
don't
loud,
I don't know
Jesus.
how. I want to get to my video again.
I
Okay,
don't know how, yeah.
you're in control.
You bored, Kim?
You can't yell at Ham about this.
Oh, you're talking about your stream?
Oh my god!
Oh
dude,
my
stop.
god!
Holy shit, what are you
I'm
doing?
muting
Please
you.
stop. Yeah, get away from what I'm doing.
Everyone buy that SanDisk card, though. Sponsored.
I don't know how to. Okay, here we go. It's just it was on my stream, and I was like dying laughing about it. Well, and while I find this, what did everybody think of the direct? How did everybody else rate it?
I thought it was a 9 out of 10. I can care less about the JRPGs and Zelda. I'm interested in it, but I also am more like, this is definitely a game that I'll probably pay for a half an hour or maybe an hour and then stop because I just know how I am with these games. Mario Luigi was my favorite thing aside from Metroid because Metroid threw me off because I wasn't expecting it. But I think it was great. It was a great. I think this is their last main direct for just the Switch.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it was a very, very good way to send it off. You know?
Max, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think I would say 9 out of 10. But I don't know. I think that the Switch has more life because this is the most
really
games
sucking it dry then.
towards the end of the lifespan. So I feel like we're not gonna get the Switch 2
I just feel
anytime
like,
soon.
I just feel like it's gonna be what we said because they said end of fiscal year, and then they're gonna announce something. So I think by either November or March, or they're gonna announce something.
Yeah, but I don't think we're getting anything until 2027.
No way. 2 more years. There's no way they'd be like, the Switch is gonna be around for another 2 years, making it 10 years that a console's been there.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think either by holiday 2025 or March 2026 they're gonna have something.
These are a lot of games to come out in this 1 year, I think.
But they're all coming out this year. They don't need it to be out for another.
Well, let's
2
see.
years.
Let's see. I mean, I just feel like everybody's been talking about, oh, the Switch is dying, the Switch is over, it's done. But I feel like it's got more life in it, and I feel like they're gonna milk it for at least another year. I think 2026. We're not gonna get a Switch 2 till at least 2026.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry. The Switch is coming next year.
I
No.
think it is.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
If they're announcing it,
That's crazy.
If they're announcing it now and saying
They've
hey,
already
it's
said
gonna
that.
come
They've already
out,
said that it is.
We're gonna announce
they
it.
haven't.
But,
Yes, they
but
have.
They said we're gonna announce it by the end of
Which
the
means they
fiscal
have to
year.
announce it before March, and there's not in a million years they announce it in March. It doesn't come out until the year
It
after.
has to be a holiday release.
It will
because
be a
if they're
holiday
announcing it by
release,
then,
100%.
it's gonna come
It
out.
literally
it's gonna come out
has to be.
November 15th
Like,
or something
them
like that.
saying they're announcing it before fiscal year is a soft reveal that it's coming next year.
Okay. All right.
Like
And
anytime.
there's just more because we know that not too many people are going to buy Switches now, and now that they know that something's coming, they're like, "Why would we buy the Switch?"
I mean,
when we
I
know it's
would
coming out?
honestly be interested in seeing a statistic on when a company has ever revealed a console and not released it within 6 to 9 months.
Yeah,
Like even 9 months on top end.
yeah.
how
'cause 2
long?
years
How
is
long
too
was the
much.
Switch, the NX, before?
Like 3
NX
months.
was
like
yeah,
3 or
it
4
was,
months.
It was towards the end of the year, and then they were like, "Oh, March."
Yeah, they announced it just before holiday, and then
Yeah.
it came out in March.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. Why would you announce? Why would you even say it from now, and then be like, "Fuck it, 3 years."
Yeah.
You know.
If they're announcing it and revealing it before March next year, it's coming out next year.
I think it's probably. I think they could totally tease it at the end of this year, but knowing them, they're going to say something probably on the anniversary of the Switch, which will be what, March 6th or something. So I think they're gonna announce it then officially, and then they're gonna be like
Baseline.
March 3rd, 2017, the Switch was released, and then October 2016, it was announced.
Yeah. So that's
it's a
6 months.
Yeah, not even.
October, November, December, January, February, March, 5 months.
Yeah. So I think it definitely makes sense if they were to announce it on the Switch's anniversary which is the end of the fiscal year.
It comes out
then
holiday.
It comes out holiday, 1,000%.
Yeah, I
because
could see
why
that.
wouldn't it? Because they know that that'll be the biggest.
You don't
grab
announce
for
something a year out because then it gives people time to be like they get over it.
Yeah.
They're like,
The hype's gone.
Whatever, I'm not
But
gonna buy
if
that.
if they announce it before then, and then they do a big direct on all the new games coming out, but in June when they have like release dates that will be 2025 into 2026.
Yeah, I agree.
Then yeah, it's going to be 1,000%. It'll come out.
Let me play this clip.
Yeah.
You turn it up.
Oh, yeah.
More.
Nah, he's just happy. No, I mean, like, if he's just happy, I'm much
I
more...
couldn't hear it, so I couldn't find the exact spot.
Oh,
And
is it when he
that's why I
screamed the
love it.
Zelda
That's
game?
why I think he's
He was
so
just doing a
smart.
lot of screaming.
Oh, go back.
just
Keep
saying.
it.
No. This
I
the
can't
part is the
help
funny
because-
part.
I can't help because there's my only point in all of this is because he's not on camera. I'm a very visual person.
Yeah, I said this.
A guy my age struggling to breathe, because of a video game. Because of I don't know. It's just funny. I don't know why it's funny. I don't know why it's funny.
Play it. I wish I could skip ahead like 10 seconds.
I'll have to buy more kitchen roll after this. It does sound like he's playing with his other puppet.
Gross.
No, get ready though, because it does.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Damn.
Oh!
Yeah.
that was the last one. He was-
I need to make that a soundbite.
yeah, we should absolutely.
That last bit's so good.
That's incredible.
Listen.
Oh boy! Oh!
Yeah, we need those for the soundboard. That's amazing.
It sounds like I say this here.
He's even amazed by it.
It sounds like he is impressed with how much there is. Like that's.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
it
get
sounds
really
like.
gross for a second.
Oh, you said it here too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get really gross for a second. I'm gonna get a little R-rated. I'm sorry, a little R-rated. Put the kids to bed. It sounds like he reaches the moment in this clip.
This is climax.
It sounds like he reaches the final pinnacle of the moment of what he's doing, this puppet. And then he's so happy about it, but again, I'm a visual learner, but it's almost like he looks down to see the mess that he's created, and he's so proud, and he goes, oh boy. Listen, ready? Building, here it is. Oh, that's the moment. Oh, boy. And he looks down.
Oh boy. Oh.
The mess. Yeah, the
boy.
mess. The post mess.
Boy. Oh boy.
What do I do now? This needs to be a clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1000%. We need to call him out. He needs to. Is he coming to too many games?
Now he's cleaning. Now the tissues.
Gross.
The silence. Wait.
Oh, that's incredible, dude.
You gotta hear like he starts like climaxing.
It's up to Princess Zelda.
Now he's cleaning. Now the tissues.
Oh.
All right, that's enough.
Holy shit, that's amazing, dude. That's incredible. We need him on here.
I want to get him
That's
in.
so
here.
funny.
I love Arlo. He's so
He's
funny.
a great dude. That's
he knows
so
what he's
funny.
doing with these reactions
Oh
too.
yeah, 1000%.
All right,
That's so funny.
that's the direct.
That's the direct.
What a time. What a time. That's
What a
pretty. I
direct.
thought it was great. I thought it was a fantastic direct.
Yeah,
thought
and
it was
again, I saw people saying like I did a community post and I was like, how do you rate it? And someone like people in the replies were saying like this is considered an A direct. While expectations must have been really low. Like that was a comment I saw. Yeah.
They were. They
Expectations were
absolutely were.
rock bottom.
When were they not?
Yeah.
Like we could have had nothing and been like, okay, figured that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
instead we had one of the best directs ever.
In a couple years, 1000%. Like I don't think anyone's felt this way about a direct in a while.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
With everyone being on the same page, that it's like top tier. Yeah.
Yeah, not since like Smash releases, like character releases, has
Yeah.
this been this exciting.
I think so.
I miss
Definitely
Smash
a couple
releases.
years.
Me
Yeah, those
too.
Those are fun. Who knows?
All right, that's the show.
Yep.
That's the first
That is the
episode of
show.
Nintendo Live, which I should explain, by the way.
Yeah, we never even talked about it. Yeah.
Nope.
We didn't really talk about it,
It's
but
okay, though.
we I want to do like we wanted to do this for a while, like ever since like we had the guests in, and like as the guests were kind of moving along, we were getting through those episodes. We realized there was a lot of things that didn't really work cohesively with that. Like every episode felt like a brand new show where we couldn't really talk about things that happened the week before because the guest would be left kind of clueless. And we wanted to make a show where every week it was conversations rolling on and the same people, and like the guests thing kind of got in the way of that. So we wanted to do this, which meant going to a solo cam on me, and then I wanted to have all these supporting cast and crew shots and lovely Kim and whoever else is in the studio. But with that, it does feel very different, but it's the same show. It's still the Nontendo podcast, but it felt like it just needed a bit of a refresh and a revamp, not only in the way it looked, but in the way that, it was titled.
Yeah,
And
I think so,
it's
yeah.
still a podcast, and we're still keeping all this branding, and the audio platforms and everything will still say Nontendo Podcast. But these lives, this is Nintendo Live.
Yeah,
And this is the first episode of Nintendo Live, and this is the new format. And I would be
I need you to be clear. You're saying Nintendo? It's Nontendo Live?
Nintendo
Be
Live.
very clear on
Was
that.
I saying Nintendo Live?
You were.
Nintendo Live. And I'm actually very interested to hear your thoughts on this. If you've made it all the way here in the episode, please let me know down below what you think of the way that the show is now. Because moving forward, this will be it. And I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think
Yeah.
doing this quick conversation between like all of us and I
Yeah.
think it's good. And like we will still have people on. Like it's
Yeah,
not like we're
yeah,
not
we
gonna
still
it,
wanna
but
do guests.
It's just the thing. It's very tough logistically to do. And also, yeah, I do agree. The format of the show. We talked about this when we kind of talked about the podcast itself. That episode. I think it takes away from building this show for what it's supposed to be, and having a non-recurring guest on every week does kind of pull away from the show. It was fun. We got to meet a lot of cool people like in person, which I think is great. But it was definitely like an experiment that now that we're here, we know what we want to do, and we have a new way of kind of going about it. There are things that are going to change a little more too. Like this was a very quick, let's get it set up and now we'll go from there. But I think overall, I think it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it too. Someone in chat said, oh, shoot, I wish Kim was more present. Kim can be as present as she wants. If she talks, she's on camera.
Yeah.
I just feel like for this particular direct, I don't have a lot to say. There was like one game I was excited for, so they didn't announce a new Animal Crossing. So
A lot of people really loved you on the last episode, and I loved it too. I mean, you're my wife. I love you too. And of course, we have good banter because we're a great couple.
You guys are married?
Yeah.
I thought you were brothers.
Yeah, I thought we were brothers.
I'm hesitant to do a show with Kim every week for two reasons. One, Kim, you would do a great job no matter what, but you're not in the ecosystem every week. And then that would be a job for you. You'd have to like pay attention to what's happening in gaming.
Have
and
to check all of the things.
you're good at adapting, but you don't really know what's going on. So it makes it a tough job for you as a co-host every single week.
Yeah.
But the main reason is at that point, we're introducing you as a character every week. And it's all great at first. Everyone loves it at first. But as soon as you say something that people online don't like, or I say something and you're sat there, and then all the clips are getting shared around, and there are people watching the clips that don't know us or don't know you, and now you're getting all this hate or maybe negative comments.
I don't stream because I don't feel like I want to be that available to people.
Yeah.
Like that's a job, and that's like a huge sacrifice that you're making, that you've made, and you know how difficult that is because people pick apart everything you do and poke holes in everything you say.
I didn't want to open you up to all of that.
Yeah, and I didn't
and be
really
responsible for all of that. So having you on here, the way we are now, perfect. So
Yeah,
I think you assume no responsibility over there. If you were here,
no, I'm the peanut gallery, and I'm fine with that.
well, you're the most delicious peanut.
Oh, you're so.
You're
cute.
You're an almond.
Oh, is that your favorite?
Yeah.
What?
Because they're good
Out
for
of
you.
all the nuts.
Yeah.
She
I
is-
eat my
she is good
night
for you.
nuts. You know about my night nuts.
My night nut.
I eat almonds at
After
night.
talking
Night
about
nut,
the Arlo
thank you
thing
so
and then
much.
talking about your night nut,
Yeah,
I don't think we need fucking. I don't think we need anything else.
Let's not refer to. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you just get it?
Yeah. No, I mean that's his night nut.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
He's
guys.
pulling an Arlo. Anyway.
Also, as soon as we started talking about the show, one person said it's still a bit dry without Bob. I don't know what to tell you at this point. Love Bob, get over it.
Yeah, he was in the chat. Fucking
Bob
on it.
is dead
He
to
quit.
us.
He's gone. The
Bob
only reason
has
that
a podcast.
the only reason the show is still here is because of me, because of E, because of Max, because of Kim, because of the people that are in this room. Bob left.
I asked Bob
Bye,
what he
Bob.
thought of the new setup, and he said, "Very cool."
Yeah,
That's all I care about.
I actually messaged Bob when I wanted to change the name. When Max suggested changing it to Nintendo Live, I was thinking Nintendo Show, but I brought it to Bob, and I was like, "Do you like Nintendo Live, Nintendo Show, and restarting at #1?" And he said, "Yes, it's like a soft rebrand, soft reboot."
I think-
I said, "I think you should do that."
I mean, my biggest thing was that you and Bob did a lot of like pre-records, and I feel like we should lean on the fact that we're live and we're interacting with chat a lot more, especially this episode. I think is the most we've interacted with chat. We've had a bunch of polls, and I think that we should really like embrace the fact that this is live, that it's going to get chaotic.
Agreed.
That we may be live during certain events, and we may like be checking news. And so I think we should really just lean into that live stuff. I think it's fun.
I think it's good. I've liked it. I want to obviously hear the feedback from people because if everyone just hates it for some reason, then obviously that's an issue. But I think it's worked really well. And Bob is one of my best friends. And I'm so thankful that he started this show with me because it wouldn't exist without him, of course. But for the 1000th time, that was like 20 episodes ago that he quit. And the only reason the show is here is because of everybody in this room. If you don't like the show anymore, I'm sorry.
I do want to say one thing.
The last thing I will say on that, sorry, is just that I know Bob and I work so well together.
Yes.
Do I wish we still had the show together? Of course.
Yeah.
But that's just not the situation that we're in, and this is different because it's just me and he's not here, and that's how that works.
We'll have him on episode 150.
Yeah.
Or episode 50 of here. I like doing it every 50, bringing Bob back for a refresh, and just because I feel like that's enough time for him to do anything.
We still want to have him in. We still want to have Will in. We still want to have guests.
Guests will be a thing. It's just
But
not
for the
as
show
much.
to have consistency and to actually be a podcast, this is the change that had to happen.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I will say one thing. Someone in the chat asked about what is the thing that Kim keeps pressing. We switched it because having our mics on is very like, it could be very annoying for you guys because if we're talking during the show because we're trying to fix something, because remember it's live, that's one thing. But like we got these little push to talks if it focuses, if not. But these little push to talks are so like we can chime in because it's just easier.
The biggest,
there's no echo on the mics.
The biggest complaint that we've had for the whole 100 episodes is that you guys can't hear the crew. And I've been pushing for this for a while.
Yes.
That everyone has their own microphones. We ran into issues where we would have the microphones turned off so there was no echo, and then Ham is prolific for this, but he'll just start talking and not raise his microphone. And so he'd end up not being on mic, and then everyone in chat would be, or on the comments would be yelling at me, get the crew microphones. Meanwhile, Ham is talking into a microphone, but it's not on.
Yeah.
So for me, for whoever's going to be running the show, we have a separate, which I think I'll do for everybody else, that there's this actual mic switch.
Yeah.
And this just like turns it on.
You don't have to hold
turns it off. And you can't hear me. Turns it back on. And so I think this might be the better play. But you know, we're learning. Like we're building this out. Like
and
there's
we
a lot
bought
that we're
all of those
figuring
too for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, Patreons.
Oh yeah.
Unless that was a you purchase.
Thank you, Feet Cam.
I have to. I'm gonna get more of them. That will be a Patreon thing. Anyway, I think the format's good. And I think there's some extra things I want to do, but I think for what we're introducing now, I think it works. And people in the chat are relatively saying, I like it.
Yeah, I really haven't seen anything negative
Also,
about
this
the format.
this shot, love it.
It's a sick fucking
It looks
shot.
so nice.
This is way better.
Very cool. Very cool.
Also,
Yeah.
I finally have my shelf in my shot.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Shelf in my
that you
shop.
bought specifically for
We
this.
can add some new we can add some new things.
Yeah,
for
I
the
think
show.
you
Also-
should bring some stuff from home.
Yeah, I'll
have
bring
a
some
lot of
stuff. Yeah,
stuff,
it's a
but
good
yeah, I
idea.
think-
I know
Yeah.
you do, but I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Also, we should decorate-
Off, I'll feel bad.
We should decorate everyone else's shot too.
Yeah, I have.
I'm down.
Yeah,
I
dude.
also always wanted the sign to be in the top left corner. That's what I initially envisioned because it's like the logo on the box art for video games.
Yeah.
And now it's in the top left corner.
And also, you know, we're trying to decorate it depending on like what's coming out. So if you saw the little amiibos, we got Samus, we got.
We used to try and
some
decorate
Zelda. We got
the-
some
Yeah,
Link.
you used to have the
We should try and
statue.
decorate the top of the shelf
Yeah.
with stuff
It's
related to
tough.
the
It's
episode.
just tough because the
Nothing
wall- the
sat
wall-
up
And
there
then on,
well, and it was just
Yeah.
awkward.
And then on Kim's, we got Perfect Dark because Perfect Dark was announced
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
Switch. You see
Maybe a
that?
special guest once a month. We're still going to do guests. It's not going to be a promise of once a month. I'm just going to bring guests
Yeah,
in
just
sometimes.
whenever
There were
you feel
loads
like
of
you need
guests I
one.
was talking to about being on the show before I stopped doing the guest thing, and I still want to bring them in. And they'll
Yeah.
we'll figure.
Yeah, well, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
But this is the show now, unless you hate it. But I think I love it.
But
So
guaranteed, we're
it's
getting,
way more exciting, I
we're-
think.
We're getting ARLO'S Night Nut on the stream.
I can't wait for ARLO'S Night Nut.
That's his game that he's coming out with.
It's blue milk,
Oh,
like in
God.
Star Wars.
Oh.
Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. We still have to do a Patreon episode. I think we've been live 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
How you
minute.
doing over there? You good? Are we good for a Patreon?
Who?
I'm chilling.
I'm
chilling.
hungry.
Yeah.
Because don't you have to be somewhere at 6, you said?
I have a.
He has
Hold
a
on.
phone
the
call.
You do
Patreon-
have
It's
a-
5:30.
It's
No,
almost
it's
6.
it's here. It's here. I have a meeting with someone upstairs.
Yeah, but how are you going to do the Patreon?
Don't worry. We'll make it happen.
Oh.
Guys, we got a Patreon bonus episode coming at you right now live, but to get that, you have to be a Patreon. Go over and if you want to support the show, it would really mean a lot. I'd really appreciate it. It does really help support everything that we do, all this new stuff we keep doing and changing and buying and crew and everything. But also, you get a 30-minute bonus episode every week, and we're about to do one right now. What are we going to talk about? I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. Also, you can follow the Patreon for free now if you just want to, like, be a part of it. I don't think you'll see anything, but you'll know when I add the $100 tier for feet.
Oh.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars wherever you're listening. Rate us, and thank you everybody for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Great
guys.
time. I love everybody.
And thank you all the viewers, non-Patreons, for supporting with your view. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Okay, we'll be at my house next week.
Bye.
Bye. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Creevy, $10 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's it.